Games Home Goods contest. Been very excited for this contest. And Cordelicious, thank you so much for that follow. If you're here, thank you so much. And yeah, let's get started. So I am here on EU in my very empty Grand Sigic, because we were in Geegan Smith's Grand Sigic the other night. So Kaliana, welcome in. Thank you so much for the follow as well. So yeah, last time I was in Geegan Smith's Grand Sigic on PCEU, and I logged out about there. So when I logged in, it was just slaughterfish galore. Kels, welcome in. It's been a while. How you been? Hope you've been getting to do some more housing, getting to do some more ESO. Hope your summer's going well. Yeah, let's check all these out. Yali, how you doing? Oh man, everyone's like way on time, way more on time than me. But I was working on my new BRB screen, so that's something. Alright, where is my list? There's my list. Alright, so, Yali, I know you wanted me to check out your C-Veil, so real quick, I can actually pop into that before we start the contest proper. And if Shadows gets here, we can do that as well, just so it's fresh in my head to not pass over that. And if anyone has an entry in this contest that they want me to just skip to theirs, I am under no obligation. Rexar!
Thou shalt get sidetracked by bullshit every goddamn time.
Yeah, I was just talking about getting sidetracked by bullshit. Alright, let's pop over to claim my 10 drinks. Gotta have my 10 crown refreshing drinks. I don't know if I have seen your C-Veil before you. I think that rings a bell though. Didn't mean to press cinematic. That does ring a bell, your C-Veil. I just cannot recall what the general theme was. It wasn't a library, was it? Let's pop on over. So yeah, like I was saying, if anyone has an entry in this contest, feel free to just shout that out and let me know, and I can just skip to yours. I'm under no obligation to go in order. I will try and stick to the beginner category first, and then move on to the small builds, and then the large build. But yeah, we can definitely pop around, because I do think I'll have plenty of time to tour all 60-something on stream. Hey, Shadows! Perfect! Yep, so you had a build you wanted me to check out, and Nyali has a build. So we're gonna pop on over to Nyali's C-Veil Spire real quick. Because otherwise I will forget and just let it hang for months, so this is more of a for my own sanity kind of thing. Let's do it. Let's pop on in. Here's the other houses, not yours. You know, that's perfectly valid. Yeah, if anyone has a... Oh, I just made... Did I have my eek here? I don't know if I had my eek.
Wood elves aren't made of wood.
Okay, yeah, I definitely had my eek here. I still don't have that achievement for whatever reason. Need to go actually grind that out real quick. Doing Junji's, but you open the house in advance? Nice, perfect. And that is a Shiogorath build in your Cold Harbor, right? On NA? Or is that EU? Either way, I'll be looping back to EU pretty soonish, so that works out well. Used to have a coral walkway, you redid it all except the main structure. Ooh, alright. Making great use of those druidic bridges, I see. Sign the spooky floating guest journal. There we go. I feel like my EHT has forgotten everything about me recently. Wait a sec. Did you do that? You did that. I love that, Nyali. That's such a fun little touch to what is normally just an unmoored boat that you use to... Like, this boat, for anyone who doesn't know, comes with C-Veil, but it's not moored to anything, which is kind of weird for a dock. So Nyali's actually added just a post and a mooring line. So now it's actually docked at the entrance. I love that. And a dock bell. That is really cool. Oh, which part? Never knew how. Like the like adding that little tied up mooring line, because that looks perfect. I can't recall ever seeing someone do that with that boat before. That's really slick. We got lots of... What's up with my mouse sensitivity? There we go. That's better. It's all the little things I really should be getting in the habit of doing before stream, but live and learn. There we go. Alright, we got Oh, the whole revamp? Nice. Yeah, there's lots of new tools in the toolkit. These Dawnwood structures that actually go great with the Druidic Ivy Bridge. We got these newish Lux things from Galen. All the Galen stuff still seems new to me. I don't know why. It's been like 3 years at this point. And we got lots of fun corals. Ooh, we got some abyssal corals. Okay, so I'm guessing that's like the remnant of what was once your coral walkway for this area. Very cool. Some tropical trees. I like how it goes up, so you can really just take in the view of this whole house. And the uncomfortably clear water that it comes with, that you just see all the way to the very bottom. Ah, I love these flowers. These little tiny palm trees are just so cute. I can't remember if you can get them somewhere or if they're just 70 crowns each. I feel like I've definitely spent 70 crowns on them at some point. Got some cool trees over there. Ooh, the shells. Oh, those giant shells from Solstice are such a game changer for Seavale in particular. You got a cute little hermit crab. Very, very nice, Nyali. So for anyone just joining us, this is not part of the contest. This is just a community build I wanted to see real quick because it sounded awesome. I really, really adore these Dawnwood platforms just everywhere. They're such a game changer. Look at that. And it goes so nice with the coral, too. Building out, custom structure over here. Got lots of Markarth stuff. I like these. The Markarth platforms, just those big chunky parts of a walkway, and then I got the Breton railing things. Very cool. So, yeah. Got all the pretty pets. Got the Dovafly and the Torchbug. I was able to finish the house exchanging over 100 pieces of coral for like 15 Dawnwood. I love that. And I feel like so many people are in such a similar boat with their builds. Like, never before have we had this perfectly giant chunk of like a grassy platform. Like, the roots can be a bit of a problem if you're trying to like build multiple tiers, but for everything else, they're just great. And it even kind of makes the grass sound when you walk on it too. I think. Yeah. Yeah, because this makes like the standard like walking on stone sound, but they actually bothered to give the running on grass sound when you run on this. Very cool. Well, like those little awnings you made with the curved walls. Larna, welcome in! Ah, perfect. Incognito. Much unlike my cat who is yelling at me. Ariel, welcome in. How you doing? Alright, we got these lovely awnings made of the curved Leeuwin walls. I'm just zooming all around. There's my cat. There's his tail. I'm doing great. Yep, very much looking forward to this massive home goods contest. We got like 60-something entries, and I thankfully have ample time to actually tour all of them. It's been a hectic couple of months, but it's finally slowing down. Ooh. Now, yeah, like, refresh my memory. Are those corals have been added, right? Or no? Are those vine? Has any part of that like vine and coral been added? I don't tour a lot of sea bales, unfortunately. I can't tab it. So, this is T. Welcome in. How you doing? Yeah, I really just adore those Dawnwood platforms everywhere, and the Druidic bridges just as like random bits of vine really kind of like sells the illusion that this isn't like super brackish water. Like there's kind of a now like a freshwater sanctuary element to it. Does it diffuse some really awesome builds? Is it grainy? Is it grainy for anyone else? I hope not. I can go check my router if it is though. Let me see what my Wi-Fi is doing right now. Yeah, Wi-Fi's at 2 bars. Alright, let me go check something real quick. Mr. Ask has a habit of putting the purse on the bookshelf where I keep the router, so that can sometimes block it, so I'm just going to check to make sure that either that or a cat has just gotten some fur in there. I don't know. I'll be RB. Alright, and we're back. Hopefully that's a little better. Let me check my bars again. Nope, still 2 bars. I don't know what's going on. That's really weird. But hopefully that gets better. If not, I might have to move my setup to somewhere a little closer to the router. Or actually plug it in. Wouldn't that be something? Oh, this is cool. I'm glad you like the BRB music. Yeah, I plan to change it every stream. I have a few favorites. So for those who enjoyed that Carol of the Bells that we had the other night, there will be more in that vein. Oh man, I love this solstice stuff. These are so pretty. Beautiful, cute little triangle chairs. Lovely Azura statue. Make sure I didn't miss anything out here. These dawnwood trees that are growing up through all that. All the stuff under the floor. Yeah, to play. Oh, like to make the chairs sittable. You mean, or what? Or like, oh, you mean like to support the vines, like to add the coral branchy things. Like all the coral spires, just having them like weave around the coral branches. Oh, the see-through. Oh, yeah, the like massive amount of constellation stels. Yes, it's so worth it though. I mean, it's a shame we don't have anything quite like these. In terms of like being able to just barely see the edges, so it doesn't just look like an invisible floor. It actually looks like a glass floor. I think that's, you know, one of the most frustrating parts about the constellation stels, but also the neatest part, just the fact that it kind of reads as glass when you make a full-on grid of these things. And really just taking advantage of the view down there. This is one of the nicest chunks of being able to look down there. Yeah, these are some really great choices. Also love the lunar cactus and the anemones you put up close to the glass too. Really pretty. And I'm guessing the mine trap coral has been added as well, because I don't think Seville has any of that innately. Yeah, all the lunar cacti, all the glowy corals, very, very cool. Nice spot for all of this. Yeah, I completely agree, Mrs. T. Like, they are, like, it looks, Nally makes it look so simple here, but it can be such a pain to get all those little edges to line up perfectly so it looks like a full-on glass grid. Alright, is it still grainy? Is it grainy for anyone else? I can also try turning down the output resolution. That might make a difference. How's the audio? Makes good tables, drop through trick floors. Oh yeah, I love that. I was thinking of doing like a Squid Game build where some of them would be, like, there would be a full-on grid, except for a few of them that are just, you know, to have you fall into the abyss. Had to credit AliTubes who helped you with EHT to make that floor. Nice. Oh, like learning how to make like a grid floor out of it. Yeah, that is definitely one of the better use cases for using EHT to just make a floor for you. Because it really pays to get all those lined up perfectly. Also love that window you made with the clockwork archway up there and like individual... Oh no, those aren't individual. Those are the Iliad jail bars that kind of look like the clockwork struts. That looks really cool. Audio's good? Perfect. Well, at least there's that. Someone has that in their maze. Nice, Ariel. Also love the big orcish bed, or orcish sofa made with all these orcish beds. The stone actually works very nicely with all the Markarth structures that kind of match the Nedic structures out there. I have to say, Markarth is one of my favorite tile sets to build with. Like, one of my personal favorites. It's got that really wide arch. It's got these nice chunky platforms with the different texture on the underside. It's just fun, and it meshes with so many other things. Also love the little reskin of the Markarth platforms here with those high aisle square platforms. You got a nice little nautical table here. I love those Iliad archway things over there with the big... Are they Iliad windows? Yep, Iliad window, turquoise glass. Those are from the treasure chests, right? Those are a treasure chest lead. So congrats on farming 3 of those if they are, because those look fantastic, and I suspect I won't be going for them until the treasure map prices drop, and then we have the... Oh, they're craftable! Oh, okay. I get them so confused, because there's like one that's an achievement, a bunch that are antiquities with different lead sources, and then, yeah, there's the big craftable one. Okay, so that's not too bad. Ooh. Knowing that it's craftable, I might actually have to get in on that. I can think of a few places I would want this glass as opposed to the Deadlands glass that I've been using. So that is good to know. Thank you for that. Also love this bed cobble. This little day bed here. It's out of the 2 orcish beds for the furs, and then the other 2 orcish beds on either side for this little like pull-out sofa-looking thing. The archway around them for the wood bed. Yeah, I love the Colovian archway. That really meshes with that. It is really nice. Got this cool little Toje statue. Got the lovely Wisterias. Oh, this I recognize from your Grim Hearths. That using that Elsewhere cube thing just as a fireplace grate. And then stuck in front of that is the Debella sigil. Got a nice little game. I like how this like table that this game comes on is such an awkward height, so you can either clip it into a table to just have the board showing, or just use it as a little like sit on your cushions and play it on the teeny tiny table. Either way, a very fun little piece that we can craft. I love those those tiny little details and what you can do with them, like all kinds of like weird dials and stuff. Love the Dwemer pots. I like how you sunk them down slightly to make a slightly different shaped pot too. Got the Wonders of the Shoals. Beautiful little music box there. The fun fireplace cobble too. We've got this high aisle fireplace sunk into the archway, the Markarth, the big Markarth fireplace, and then on top of that you've added some columns, which just kind of round it all out. And then at the top you've got the window boxes with the granite that also matches all the Markarth granite. Well, these are a nice little 2-slot tanning bed kind of thing. That was really fancy. Nope. Should swap to my streaming tab. There we go. Yeah, really cool bar. This patch has been such a game changer for tiki bars. I adore it. And now we're getting the structures to match. Like, we're getting all those nice tiki Tideborn structures. But even the things we did get, like that wall decoration, are really, really nice for this. We got the lovely the lovely water trough sink situation. I like the ivory as dials, and the wedge pick for the faucet. That looks really nice. It's like modern, but still a little tiki. That's really cute. You got the fish grilling. Got all your spices. Little pie fresh out of the oven. Really cool. Got those crabs. Got the classic Argonian string lanterns all around. Like how you specifically lowered the ceiling for the more like intimate like bar setup, and then out here we have the nice open like airy part. Just come out here, dance on the. I'm guessing like when it becomes nighttime, this becomes like the dance floor for your little beach club that you have going on. We got the Kinnereth statue for those birds and the waves. Get your little Merkmeyer felucca. Lovely little shaded fishing setup. The second floor above the kitchen too, nice. Yeah, we'll be checking that out. This is cute. Lovely shaded fishing section with this amazingly versatile Solitude well that we saw as a fish last week, which I thought was amazing. Yeah, you can't go wrong with that Solitude well. It's just such a fun gazebo-esque structure if you hide the actual well part. You got these nice floating docks off the side. I like how you rounded off the edge with this curved Markarth platform. That's a slick little detail just to add some extra variety to your structure. And it's like, all the little gold bits are blingy as heck. Love it. You got a cute little hermit crab making its way around. We got the boats. We got this dock wheel again. The mooring lines, like that is such a fun consideration for dock setups that I now that I'm seeing it, I'm realizing I'm not seeing enough of it. And now I'm wondering if I should be tying up my boats as well. It's going to be one of those things, like, you never think about ventilation, you never think about, how good a handrail would be at certain spots until you see it once, and you're like, well, why do I have all my boats just kind of free floating when they should be tied to something? And thank you for the making me go into every single one of my builds with boats and seeing if I should be tying them up. Really appreciate losing those slots, Nyali. Love these day beds. Have to tie it off when you're in the middle of the ocean, right? Yeah, Hundy P. I mean, yeah, if it's in a lake, you're probably fine, but it could still drift to the middle of the lake. I also love these glowy tiles, just kind of adding some extra fun to these awesome tideboard benches, and I really wish Zas would keep this up. Like, if we could get more benches and chairs with unique poses like this, I would be so happy. It's just so amazing we actually got this as a craftable piece and not like a crown crate thing, because that, like, when I saw this thing, my first thought was like, oh, that's gotta be a crown crate thing. They added a full-on, like, animation to it. You leave your boats floating in their harbor. Nice. Can't not see that down arrow on the bench. Oh my. That could be useful. In some builds, if you don't want to cobble your own down arrow, I bet you could, like, incorporate that into a wall and hide the bench. So now you just have directional arrows in whatever direction you want to point it. Might be a little tricky to hide the bench. Wait, is it on the other side? It is on the other side. Even better. Oh, wow. And not only can you get a down arrow, you get X's. You could, like, if you have, like, a strip club kind of thing, you can hide the top bit of the arrow and just have, like, XXX on your wall. I'm seeing all kinds of potential for this bench all of a sudden, so thank you for pointing that out, Crimson. I love that. Like, it's hard to unsee. You are absolutely correct. It is really hard to unsee the down arrow once you see it, or the XXX now that I'm actually seeing it, but I could see that being so useful in a non-bench setup. In case you don't know how seats work and aren't sure where to sit, yeah, this end down. Just plop my end right down there. Also love the kind of tiered wall situation that you've made with the Markarth walls. Made for drunk Nords like Rigger. I love it. Also love the stairway. And the Rafflegias. I like how you kind of connected to this chunk of spire over here. Like, all the structure looks like it's been a part of the main, like, spire structure. You kind of spanned it from, like, the big tower over there all the way over to this little ruin. Which I don't think I ever consciously acknowledged there was another, like, teeny tiny spire over on this section. That's kind of cool. Ooh. Lovely little wraparound sectional here that we can still sit on. Just taking the view. Lovely, the railing here. And those Iliad bars. I'm so glad we got these things as, like, an instant, like, window-esque thing without having to spend a ton of slots. You could even, like, take another one and turn it 90 degrees if you wanted a grid. The Colovian wardrobes here. Yep, all one piece. It's so hard to tell what's a cobble and what isn't when it comes to those Colovian wardrobes. I love this bed. This Redguard enclosure as the bed. Wait, do the furs have kind of unique sound to them? Interesting. Bethesda have a stream going on. Not sure if there are drops. Yeah, I'm not sure either. I'm never sure where I stand with drops. I love the new shells. Those new shells are so cute. I have to revamp all of my beach builds now. DeBella's Mysteries and Revelations. Ooh, that is a spicy bedside book. I love that. That's the one you get with the DeBella statue, right? A little glass of wine. Nice big shag-carpeted bed. Yeah, there is some fun things going on at this resort retreat. Ooh. Wait, what the hell is this drape? Sunport Scarf Valence. We have valences? I didn't know this existed. Yeah, very shagadelic. I had no idea this thing existed. This is fantastic. Another piece that I could see working very well as, like, a not billowed sail. You stack a couple of those for ships. I think we've been looking for a drape exactly like this. Not just for long windows, but also for, like, sails, or, like, you turn it sideways and you have, like, a theater curtain. Oh, I love that valence. That's awesome. The classic Argonian little, little low cabinet there. That's a unique shape for a cabinet. I think we need more of those. Lovely little bench to sit and take in the view. This house has some amazing views. You know, Nyali, now that I'm sitting on this bench, I think I do remember being here. Yeah, I remember, assuming this is part of the original build, I think I remember this view specifically, because I was just thinking to myself, like, wow, this really highlights the unique, like, boulder and coral things exhausted with the house. Love the mix of Colovian flooring here, Colovian walls, some bookshelf over there. It's not? The balcony wasn't here? Okay, then never mind. I'm totally off base. Maybe it's just because I see so few sea veils that, like, every sea veil looks kind of familiar in its own way, but also kind of unique. All that overgrown chandelier. Then yeah, now I'm wondering. Maybe I haven't been here. Oh, that's why I'm so zoomy still. I had concealed weapon on. Take that off. Remember the view, just like I remember the face on the stone. You know, are you talking about that? With the, like, kind of face and kind of, like, long hair? Or is there a different one? Yeah, I'm definitely seeing it. Maybe that's why it's familiar. Maybe I just saw that kind of, like, subtle face rock, and it was like, I've been here before. But no, this is super cozy. I love the Colovian stuff all incorporated in here. I have to imagine, like, pre-Colovian stuff, you had a much more slot-intensive wall situation here, and you, in addition to freeing up that whole coral walkway, you probably freed up a ton of slots just with these. Or this is, like, what you gained with your lack of walkway. It was way colder feeling. Yeah, aren't these such a nice, like, warm wood and, like, really intricate plaster? I honestly love these Colovian walls so much. I know some people say they look kind of wet, which I don't disagree with, but the right warm lighting really helps with that. And it's just a really nice wall texture in general. You got that lovely little incense burner, all your little self-care tools. Love the stairway. Not to sidetrack, just noticed I have more pixels when moving, including on camera, so it might be ESO is the cause. Oh, okay, thank you. I will see what I can do about that. Maybe I have the output resolution set too high. That could be. Let me see what I can do about that real quick. Scale filtering, blending mode. This is all way above my ability to hook rate. I think hook rate sounds familiar. Let's try a faster hook rate and see what that does. Your 360 pixels. Are you watching on a phone? Oh, I love that giant shell. I can't wait to put that giant shell frickin' everywhere. Also love the Sunport fountain. Now we don't have to hide like a whole Alinor fountain just to use that little spigot for the wall. This thing is such a fun little piece. You got the toilet. Ooh, I like the shiny base for the toilet seat. Alinor Shrine. Wait, there's a boot in the toilet. I love that. Also love this very simple but elegant limestone toilet setup you have here. And the bread basket for the extra roll holder that also works to hold the active roll. That is so clever. I love this as a functional like TP holder that also holds more rolls. Yeah, it's like super modern, but like resorty, which I love. Ah, that's wonderful. You got all this Colovian stuff. You're on your phone, looks fine. Okay, perfect. Well, hopefully having adjusted a setting that sounded like the right thing might have actually fixed it. And if not, I'll keep playing with it. You got the Nuka-Cola bubble bath. We got all these glowy bubbles here. I could definitely see that particular bottle making those particular bubbles. I also love the extra coral that you've added. We have ads coming up, so if you enjoyed my BRB music the first time, there's going to be more of that coming up very shortly, and then we'll get back to this tour, and then we'll be doing Shadows'. Fuzziest when moving, so if I don't move while touring, that's, yeah, Okay, so it's just ESO. Yeah, Disaster and Glitter, welcome in. I recognize that name. I've seen your houses before, I'm pretty sure. You... Maybe not. That's definitely a name that sticks out, though. I'm pretty sure I've seen you in at least one contest that I've judged, but could be wrong. So yeah, if I zoom around like this, does it get extra pixely? Housing noob, nice. Well, welcome to the best community in all of gaming, and I honestly mean that. Yeah, thanks for showing it off, Neil. I really appreciate it. Oh yeah, Shadows. Before we all go into ad jail, were you on EU or I guess I can just look it up while we're in jail. So yeah, if your Cold Harbor is on EU, I'll just mosey on over there during the break. This is gorgeous. There we go. There's those ad jail. Let's do a little red guard dance and go into BRB. Alright, and we are back. Let's mosey on over to Shadows. Ooh, Mrs. T, yes, get some food. Thanks so much for the lurk. Alright, let us mosey to Shadows' Cold Harbor, which I believe is Shivering Isles themed. The dance is high res at least? Perfect. That's all that... Nah, that's not all that really matters, but I'll try and walk slowly, so hopefully it won't get all pixely. And I'm also changing some settings whenever I get a chance, so hopefully we'll get it dialed in. I think ultimately I just might have to run an Ethernet cable up here. So Shadows said they were in a dungeon, so apologies that I'm just kind of poking my head in here. Love the implication that we're in that same kind of like portal situation that we go through in Oblivion to get to the Shivering Isles. We go through the big double Shio head, through the portal. Love this celestial vortex taking us in. Ooh, there's a door. There's just this really tight little cave we find ourselves in. Just ignore your smartassery. Wait, what smartassery? What did I miss, Nally? I'm sorry. Dancing to the lyrics on the balcony outside, but you're telling Mrs. Jurassic, yeah, go for it. Because I can't actually hear my song playing on my end. So yeah, if Mrs. Jurassic is watching, that's the only way I'll be able to see my character dancing while the music is playing. Arahova, welcome in. I'm doing great. I'm assuming you have a build in this contest as well. So if you want me to skip to it, oh my goodness. Oh, Shadows. I literally just put Stibbins in for my Haskell as well. I had never gotten Stibbins before, and I finally got him. And yeah, he is my Haskell for my Shivering Isles build as well. Oh, thanks so much, Arahova. Appreciate you. Oh, I'm glad that matched up well. Yeah, I'm trying to pick things that are, very, like, upbeat, dancey vibe, but there's gonna be some weird ones, too. Alright, for those who don't know, this is just like the opening scene in Shivering Isles. When you go through the portal, you are confronted with this dark little room, and then later you get a... Don't skip? Okay, fair enough. Yeah, when you go through this little intro thing, then you have a choice between Mania on that side, I'm assuming, and Dementia on that side. Oh yeah, so we've got like a slightly happier archway over there, and a much darker archway over there, the Deadlands archway. You'll be lurking for a bit, seeing but not hearing? Okay, cool. Sounds good. So yeah, this is just like the opening scene in Shivering Isles. You go through the door, you find yourself in this little office, this dark little office that belongs to Haskell. He forces you to have a seat so you can continue the dialogue, and then normally in the place of that hourglass there is a metronome, which, fun fact, looks exactly like the music box that Shiogorath's Butterfly Garden, or Mad God's Butterfly Garden music box. But what frustrates me about that music box is there's no way to just keep it ticking. You can either have it stationary and look just like the model that Oblivion uses, or you can have it active and playing music, but it just unfolds and has the butterfly garden pop up. I mean, it's a cool animation, but I really wish there were like a middle toggle where it was just ticking, like it kind of does for the first few frames after you open it. But that's neither here nor there. You got a little stack of books here. Got Stibbins, aka Haskell, just kind of taking you into the Shivering Isles. Right? Oh yeah, metronome for piano builds? That would be so cool. Ariel, I don't know if you've seen my Grand Sigic, but my Grand Sigic also has this kind of thing as a reference, and what I did was I flipped the Alinor Ancestor Clock upside down. So then, if you want a metronome for a piano, you can flip it upside down, just have the pendulum part sticking up, and so it's just kind of like going back and forth the way a metronome would. I know it's still got that like little orrery thing on the end of it, but it's the closest thing I've seen to one. Got the little candle there. This is a nice carpet choice too. Very whimsical Shiogorath. Alright, so Mania is definitely my preference. Let's start with Mania. Go through the portals. Ooh, yep. We've got lots of bright, happy mushrooms, ginkgo trees. Much happier vibe. I think in the games it's like kind of an autumnal vibe, but definitely got the orangey mushrooms, nice pristine towers. As we go to New Sheoth. So yeah, there's like the main hub city of the Shivering Isles. What do we have over here? Oh, we got little elks, got fountains, fun little sitting area. Sit and meditate. Oh, multiple of these Crown Crate fountains cobbled together. I love that. 3 of those. Wow, there are some Crown Gem flexes in here. It's late and you're off to sleep? Yeah, thanks so much for popping in, Arahova. Appreciate you. Oh, wow. I really like this triple cobble of the Crown Crate fountain, and it makes me excited for the new waterfalls that we are apparently getting soonish. I don't know when exactly, but it's probably going to be a pack, which is unfortunate, but yeah, it is what it is. Aw, they took refuge in the little hollow of the tree. I like the pathing in here, Shadows. Oh, they really just zoom all over the place. That's cool. And then just hang out and cuddle in the little nook tree. I wish we had more trees that had nooks like that. Let me go upstairs to New Sheoth. Here's this middle second. Oh, there's the guy. There is the mad god himself. Wow, that's a lot of butterflies. Love it. Ooh, and the purple torchbug thing too. That's really cool. He's kind of cobbled into the Elsewhere fountain. He's got lines between his leggies. We have offerings of apples and cheese. And what is this? Wabbajack? Cheeses of Tamriel, even better. Love it. Yeah, this little shrine thing. It's kind of set up like how all the... Revy, welcome in. How you doing tonight? It seems like everyone's name colors are randomly changing on my end. I'm not sure if that's people changing their names or... no, Revy, we're just getting started. So I saw 2 listed in my housing tours in the Discord. So I know once I was in the thick of doing contest entries, I wouldn't get out of them for a while. So I figured, yeah, 2 people had houses up for touring. So I figured, okay, perfect time to just get through those, and then just dive straight into the entries. Yeah, we are right now in Shadows Assassins Cold Harbor Surreal Estate on PC NA. And it is the Shivering Isles, as you can plainly see. I love these this little setup here that kind of resembles Oblivion. Yeah, it's orange on my end. That's interesting. Yeah, sorry for the confusion. I was trying to keep saying that, but there's only so many times I can be like, yep, this is not the start of the contest yet. Revy's name is Green Free. Oh, okay, that's really weird. Okay, Twitch is just drunk these days. I don't know. But yeah, I love that this is the same kind of setup that you see at like every Daedric statue in Oblivion. Yeah, let's check out Dementia real quick. So as you can see, all the trees are a little more depressing, swampy. You've got the sulfur pools. Those sulfur pools are a nice touch, and I might be adding some of those to my own Shivering Isles if I can afford some slots. I'm planning like a purge. Oh, there's Shadows. Shadows is lurking. Ooh, in a very Mad God kind of outfit, I think. Are you runs in circles? Trips over buckets. I love it. I just remember there's this one Argonian in the Shivering Isles in Oblivion called Runs in Circles, and that's what she does. She just runs around going nee 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 nee. It's at the chat identified to the left of chat. Okay. This is your Shio worshipper? I love it. I love that headdress. That's really cool. What a cool skin. Yeah, that is so thoroughly Shio coded. Very cool outfit. Love the forget the Opal Elambris staff too. Very Daedric. Alright. Oh, I bet the particle colors on that staff really fit the vibe too. So yeah, here we are in Dementia. We've got the sulfur pools all around. Got this recently lightninged tree. Got a cute little death puppy. Hey, buddy. I just want to boop your non-existent snoot. Got lots of Dagonic trees. First of your tribe, she started... Oh, wow. What an auspicious start to an Argonian tribe. Just full-on insanity. Or did she found the tribe and then go insane later? I really like this little entrance room with Haskell. Alright, let's go check out New Sheoth. And if there's little Easter eggs you want to call attention to, feel free, because it's entirely possible. Ooh, I like how you blocked off the hitbox. Oh wait, never mind. I'm just didn't scooch far enough. Alright, we have this cute little cave with some mad scribblings, it seems. Very interesting. Alright, and what is up here? I like how the cat is, like, bouncing from the benches to the hedge, too. As we come on in, the leader of the tribe listens for whispers. She was just the first of the 26, and the others filled out. Wow, is that all in one egg clutch, or is that just over time? I don't know how many eggs Argonians typically lay at once. It'd be an interesting lore question to look up. Got a lovely feasting table with these imperial altars. Got the hand-fasting, or not the hand-fasting trellis, the wedding trellis. The Falanesti. Love the structure here. Wow, that is a really cool structure. I love the arched roof and the turrets just making a column when you cobble them into each other. Really cool. This nice mix of Leowyn and Alinor. Got the fancy Redguard handrail. This Deadlands Portcullis makes a great window bar. Castle Archway Portcullis. Really, really cool. Nice views from out here, too. Here we are up on the terrace. We've got some beautiful flowers, some nice red flowers. Here is Mania, I'm assuming. We've got lots of stained glass, lots of bright, happy orange things, a little bit of booze. Is there anything hidden in here? Oh. So, fun story. I have the same cask in the Mania section of my Shivering Isles build, and I took the prior Theric head and I stuck him right in the shadowy bit. So, like, you open it up and he's like an Imperial Guard just going like, "Stop right there, criminal scum." I just love that cask for the fact that you can hide things in it. Alright, what's down here? Ooh, cozy little bedroom. Befitting the Duke of Mania, I'm assuming. Some nice, bright fall colors. A little steam bath. You come out to the terrace. Just survey your domain of Mania. Watch those little deer frolic. Very cool. I will say, sticking your canopy bed right in the middle of the room is definitely not sane behavior, so I approve of it in a build like this. Lore behind the Nikakliel is they all came from different walks of life to create a new tribe and family. Some had left their old tribes, others were banished, some were never born to a tribe. Trips is a failed shadow scale who was banished when she attempted to return home in shame. Aww. She is later adopted by the leader of your werewolf clan and her wife. Your note at the cast is neither a solid cast to hold liquid, nor is it a secret doorway. Right? Wouldn't it be cool if you could actually sneak through it? That would be amazing. At least we got that Colovian one that's like pretty much the same vibe, but you know, if you don't want people messing with it, you can just have a solid cask. Plenty of canopy beds in the middle of... Yeah, and I call you out on it, Crimson. It is legitimately psychotic behavior, and I love it. I could see a high elf doing that. So all your Alinor builds where that's the case definitely fits. And here we have the big old tree that is behind Uncle Shio's throne. And here's the throne itself with the artifacts of mania and dementia. Whoa, love this. You can even still sit on it. Wow. I am shocked that you can cobble that much of this wedding trellis into the throne and still have it be sittable. That is wild. What is this, the Windhelm throne? Yep, replica throne of Windhelm, which has a really cool bottom texture. Ooh, playing a little music for us, very cool. And here we have the different colors of carpet, which I really like. Because this is definitely the whole vibe of the throne room of New Sheoth. You have the orange carpet over here for Mania, and the muted greenish-blue carpet for Dementia. Love that. Honestly, if I can free up some slots, I might be swapping out my carpets for these exact ones. I've been thinking about doing that for a while, but I had been using bigger ones just to save slots, and I think it's time to really just commit to a more authentic Shivering Isles experience. And yeah, as you progress through the quest of Shivering Isles, you get different artifacts that show up in the throne room. So I feel like these are nods to that a little bit. Yeah, you got the trophy heads over here, all the things you've murdered. And over here you've got some whimsical, like glowy crystals and vibrant dragons. Yeah, I am definitely seeing all the influences of the actual Shivering Isles DLC from Oblivion. Also love the beacon of Tower Zero up in the columns, just to give a whole lot of light in not a lot of slots. Rose, welcome in. How you doing tonight? Just seeing all the difference in the two, right? It's such a fun thing to, like, such a fun concept to take and run with. So I highly recommend anyone who hasn't played the Oblivion remaster at least go watch a Let's Play of it and like watch people play Shivering Isle and just take note of the vibe and just appreciate this kind of build because I love the tilted symmetry of it. Can't wait to rip this down in 20 minutes. You know, that is fair. If you need because I saw all the crown gem stuff at the start, I could definitely see your need for more vortexes and more So are you using the house itself, or are you just like ripping out so many crown pieces that you feel like the whole build is untenable? Because honestly, I could see there being decent substitutions for all the expensive crown things that I've seen so far. And maybe not. Like, I mean, obviously the Shiogorath statue, if you need another one of those, you're kind of SOL. But like the vortexes at the start, we now have like a lot of good portal options. So I could definitely see those being replaceable. And same with the fountains. Like there's that new achievement fountain, and we're probably going to be getting more. It's an old build, you're just over it. Didn't turn out anywhere near like you wanted to run to repurpose the furnishings to save on that. You know, that's fair. I would at least maybe save a copy in EHT though, because I really just adore the structure. And I could see, like, if you wanted to update it a little bit with newer structures, that could be very viable with some of the new Colovian stuff, new Necrom stuff maybe. I could see the Necrom tile set working really well for New Sheoth. So if you ever did want to just tear it down and just build it back better, I could see that being more of an option than just abandoning the concept entirely. But either way, I'm so glad I got to tour it before you tore it down, because it's just... This is a specific niche of housing that I'm just all about. I love just the orange versus the green and the absolute symmetry of it throughout. Therapeutic to rip it down? Fair. Honestly, totally fair, and I could see, if you ever just want to revisit... Oh, hey, Hezek. Buddy. Yeah, his poses creep me out so much. This whole dude, really...
Oh, I know that I complain about mortals and their habits, but you shouldn't take it personally.
Right? Yeah, he's like forgettable until you meet him, and then you remember everything else. Alright, very nicely done, Shadows. Thanks so much for sharing. Was there anything else you wanted to call attention to in here? Thinking of live pleasure and horror this is causing people? What, Hezek specifically, or the fact that you're tearing down a 700 slot build? Honestly, the fact that it's in your Cold Harbor makes me feel like it's justified, because, like... Oh, I missed some things? Okay, what'd I miss? Yeah, it's just a very sprawling build, so I would not be surprised if I missed some rooms. I really tried not to. Oh, was there like a secret cave behind the tree? I really should have checked behind the tree, because that is canon. Nope. Ooh, over here? Terraces? Oh yeah, the whole dementia side of the terrace. There we go, thank you, the torture room, I'm assuming. Yep, I hear the torture wheel. Like, as I walk in, I hear the torture wheel squeaking, and I'm like, oh man, this is so reminiscent of how I did mine. I'm honestly here for it because it's so different from how I did mine, but at the same time, like, the core concepts are all here. And there's Lyranth, and there's torturing a clown. When life gives you lemons, go murder a clown. I think that's one of my favorite single lines from Skyrim. Considering the number of times you've ripped some houses apart, including your old Cold Harbor, you understand? Yeah, well, you know me, I will never be tearing down that Cold Harbor of mine. Even if I have the perfect idea for another Cold Harbor, I will get it on EU and make it happen. Love the torture wheel, love the cheese graters, the gibbets. Very, very cool. I love the darkness and the fact that like you're out of range of the music box, you just hear the Cold Harbor music again. That's really cool. All the Eleanor bookshelves just as structures. What's the back of those look like? I could have sworn I had a need for those time-worn bookshelves. Oh, they're... Oh, shoot, they're double-sided. I really thought there was a blank chunk of wall. Oh, well. You've ripped down 2 other homes. One was a big castle in the Wraith home way up in the sky. Oh, that's a cool... I bet that view is amazing, Shadows. I never really thought to check how high up you can go in there. Just get a second account for housing. Welcome in, Salvas. Yeah, that is definitely an option. That is for sure an option. I love the dark dinginess of this. It's so gnarly. And got the cute little sauna tub. Some views of the sulfur pools of dementia outside. Very nice. Is this a jumping puzzle too? Mushrooms? Yes! Hell yes. Oh, this is cool. Oh, nice little view out here. Read your book. Is it Wappajack? Cheeses! Cheese for everyone. Smurf Village. Welcome in, Zim! Cabbage? What do you mean by cabbage? Oh, this is beautiful, Shadows. I really adore the mushroom jumping. Ooh, now you get a good view of New Sheoth, too. Love the roof line and the turrets all around. Auto-corrected my name to Cabbage. I love that, honestly. Alright, was there something else? I can't tell where Shadows went. Cabbages, cabbages, barely even human. Ooh, this is cool. Lovely. A nice little meeting spot for a secret tryst between the maniacs and the demented. Follow the mushrooms? Nice. That was cute. Again, just adore the symmetry of it. Like, I could see your inclination to tear this down, but I implore you, like, if you don't have an immediate use for Cold Harbor, maybe keep it, like, a little intact. Just in case. But, yeah, you do you. I like how the mushrooms are growing out of the sulfur pools, too. That's the whole place. Now you're itching to get ripping? Perfect. Well, I will be sure to upload the VOD to YouTube for posterity, so this at least will have a place on the internet forever. Need a cabbage emote? Do we have one? I don't think we have like an eating cabbage emote, do we? I don't know. Alright, so let's pop on over to EU and start touring. Assuming, what's that? Disaster and Glitter, are you still here? Hopefully. And if not, we can just keep going. Perfect. Perfect. Lord Wen, welcome in. Will I be covering the home good yes, actually right now. So if you have a build in this contest and you want me to skip to it, feel free. That is always my policy for when I'm not instructed otherwise. Like, I want the builders in chat. It's just way more fun that way. And that's regardless of whether it's a contest or just a straight up, like, tour, like for House Folio, like a showcase. I just want to get your thoughts, and I want to know, like, all the secrets. Now, keep in mind, like, when I'm touring on stream, if you see me miss a thing, like on a VOD, keep in mind I normally go back to every single build while I'm judging in a much more critical and thorough mindset. I don't... Moonpile! Yeah, speaking of not being thorough, I almost missed your name back there, so welcome in, Moonpile. So yeah, like, don't panic if you see me on a VOD missing things, because rest assured, I go back to all these houses and I tear them apart, you know, touring-wise, not judgmentally, but maybe, I don't know. If it feels like you built it just to troll me, then maybe I will tear it apart. Nah, never done that. Eating cabbage and chopping broccoli, nice. Also kills all your parse dummies. I do that. I do enjoy accidentally aggroing parse dummies. I was gonna ask, did I happen to go to yours yet? Curious how folks will navigate. Oh, is it a maze? Do we have mazes? Alright, so Disaster and Glitter has... I guess I should have checked to see if it was on NA or U. Oh, it was on NA. Whoopsie. Alright, let's go back to NA. So yeah, we'll do Moon Pile, we'll do Lord Dwen, if you have a build, I'd be happy to go to it, and we'll do Moon Piles. And anyone else who I happen to have forgotten. It's a treetop adventure, nice. Well, I look forward to streaking around in your treetops. You always make some really fun accidental parkour courses, Moonpile. Like, I remember your Moonsugar Meadow and how I had to just restrain myself from trying to streak across, like, every building in there. Alright, so this one we're going to now is by Disaster and Glitter. It's a Humble Mud, and it is titled All Hail the Mushroom God. Perfect. Okay, your entry is also on an A? Awesome. So we'll go to... And I'm assuming Moonpile is also... Wait, Revy, what was the ellipsis? Did you want me to go to yours too for stream? Because I will definitely do that. Oh, I'm in my Cold Harbor. Yep, never tearing this down. Ah, perfect, Ariel. Yep, we will do that as well. And Shadows is on E. Cool. I think I'll have time for all those today. So, what was that? So this is titled All Hail the Mushroom God in Humble Mud. This humble location is home to the Shrine of the Benevolent Mushroom. While walking through the shrine entry, clear your mind and inhale the spores that surround it. Ooh. Don't worry, the spores are all around you, and this step is easy to follow. After proceeding to the courtyard, known as the Garden of the Mushroom God, you will see the altar straight ahead. Kneel and pay your respects, then turn around and look up. If you're lucky, the Mushroom God will bless you, or silently judge you. For legal reasons, we must mention that this is not a cult, nor is the Benevolent Mushroom Daedric. The shrine is best experienced by looking all for maximum spore exposures. Oh, yours is... Okay, perfect. So... Okay, perfect, Revy. Yep, I will definitely make sure to just knock out all the NA ones while I'm on NA, and then we'll pop over to you. Let's see... We are not a cult. Lie. I don't even worship Daedric princes. Ooh. Like the Lady Garrick's Sacred Shield up there for the spores. There's so few home goods only ways to apply spores, so I really appreciate the Lady Garrick thing. This contest is technically home goods and collectibles and pets, so like anything in the traditional slot has to be a home good or a common thing, but we could still get like collectibles and pets and everything. Probably should have read out all the rules on stream just so everyone knows like how this contest works. So I might loop back around while I'm loading the next one. I like this mix of like cobblestones with the rough blocks and the default straw floor that the Argonian poo huts have. Love all the mushrooms growing out of the poo hut. This is like the perfect spot for a mushroom house. It definitely... That's got to be a persistent problem in these Argonian homes. Just all the mushrooms growing out of the poo that they live in. Arcanists don't worship Daedra, they're just their contractors. Some of them do, though. But yeah, probably most of them do not. Excited? You're picking up your first 3 graded cards. Nice! That's awesome. Try, but this contest is still a little above you. Love and seeing whatever else. Honestly, that's totally fair. It can be really daunting, even when there's a beginner category, even when it's home goods only. Like, you see just all of this community, and you're like, man, I either, you know, have a build for it, or can build it in time, or just, nah. And that is just a very personal choice of, like, shoot, do I have time to commit to this amidst everything else going on in my life? Mushrooms everywhere. I love these new solstice flowers. They're just the cutest little pink guys. The slightly sunken limestone retaining walls are a nice choice for bench too. We're gonna be... I can almost guarantee we're gonna be seeing a lot of limestone retaining walls. They are just one of the most fantastically versatile home goods pieces we've ever gotten. And yeah, these solstice flowers are adorable, and I love that these Apocrypha trees actually put out some green light. Like, there are very few home good things that actually put out a lot of light, so these are a really nice choice for that. Love the Lisa Frank coral up there. I call it Lisa Frank coral so often that I forget what it's actually called. It's Apocrypha coral, Apocrypha plant anemone cluster, there we go. Sometimes, like, I have a nickname for something, and if I nickname it too much, I will legit forget what it's actually called. I love the Fargrave curtains. Again, very few animated, like, banners and tapestries and curtains and stuff that we have um, available as a home good, so great choice there. Got the swinging lanterns, which, fun fact, if you ever need like an animated pupil for a statue, you can actually turn these hanging lanterns sideways and just have eyeballs going side to side. It's a great little trick for if you want to mimic that kind of like watchful light effect. Before we had the watchful light as an actual eyeball, people were using these for animated pupils, and it's just such a fun little animation. We're gonna visit all these. So busy with work, you just haven't seen. Oh man, I'm sorry about that. Saw the title of this one. You were excited to build it. You were excited you built it in January. Did some last minute modifications. Nice. Yeah, because I remember you had entered it into a previous home goods contest, right? Oh, disaster and glitter. Did I guess? Did I guess the big reveal? I do that sometimes. If I see, especially if I see a piece, maybe not so much in a home goods contest where there's like a more limited thing, but if I see a piece with a very known trick, it's always funny when that comes back later because like people just had more of them on hand. I love all the colors, all these lovely little mushroom patches. I honestly forgot we had so many mushroom patches as home goods. It was really cool. Not quite as early, but the same modifications. Nice. Alright, got the retaining walls, those little cobblestones, got those nice layaway window boxes. Probably going to be seeing a lot of those window boxes too. Got the gorse. Cute little orange bat. Ooh, yeah, these colors definitely imply that I've been breathing some spores. I want to feel like it got a whole lot more colorful when I stepped outside. I like that little transition there. It's definitely giving some Wonderland. Also love the use of these chanterelles as planters. That is really cute, and I might need to steal that for like my Telvanni tower or something. I never really thought about the planter potential of these. I've used them as chairs before, but never planters. That's really cute. And got these common little candles, got the Leeuwin carpet. Right? Isn't that a fun use? I really like that. Especially with all the different kinds of plants that work as home goods. Yeah, lots of vibrant colors. I love that we've got such a like full, robust palette of flowers that don't cost like 1,000,000 crowns. That used to be such a paywalled thing. Like you could have colorful flowers, but you're going to pay out the nose for them. And now the home goods vendors have finally relented, and we get sunflowers. We get these like pink solstice flowers. And we have the hedges. I like how you covered the Pooh Hut in all of the hedges all around. Alright, let us... Ooh, we even added some little teeny tiny flowers all throughout. Hanging lamps. Okay, so this is why I wanted to like reiterate the rules, and I completely forgot. You are allowed in this contest to do both home goods and anything that is common that is a white or a green, I believe, as long as it's not Crowns exclusive. So... like, all these green common things are valid for this contest. And I think it might just be common light sources. We had a lot of back and forth as we were conceptualizing this contest, so now I'm, like, second-guessing where we landed on the rules, so I apologize for that. Let me see the official rules here. All the way to the tippy top of yep, home goods and crafted commons, but not the rough crafted. Okay, cool. Alright, all you can use is home good items, collectibles, special collectibles, and the white or green crafted items that have the word common in their name. So no rough, but common specifically. There we go. That is the official, all-encompassing guideline for this contest. Alright, this is by Disaster and Glitter on PCNA, Yali. And this is the Mushroom God. Both the title of the house and the actual dude. I love the giant net shield mushroom as the house, and like I said before, the common lantern makes a great little googly eye. And I honestly never thought about the fact that those windows are perfectly spaced that you could use them as eyeballs like that. Isn't he a cutie? Oh man, I love this. He is judging me as I judge him. That's really, really cute. That's so freaking cute. Yeah, lots of fun colors here. All these beautiful, vibrant home goods that we have available now. So what happens when you use to? Yeah, like there seems to be some intentionality in the palette because you start and it's like a much more muted thing. Aside from the little bits of solstice flowers, it's like slightly more cohesive, and you just have these like giant green spores, and then you walk through and just all the colors of flowers pop out. The eyes, yeah, rose. So yeah, the common lantern, just because they swing like that, that what used to be like the most meta trick for making animated creature cobbles. If you just take the little lantern and turn it sideways, you have those pupils just going back and forth. It's just such a fun trick with that lantern specifically because it's not really mounted to anything. It's just on a rope. All right, beautifully done, Disaster and Glitter. Really appreciate you sharing. Just check to make sure there's nothing behind the walls. So yeah, like I said before, I will be a little fast with these on stream, but I always go back. Always go back and just pick them apart at my own time, like at my own pace. So if I seem like I've toured in a more rushed manner, then you would prefer, just rest assured that's not how I actually judge houses. Love these Khajiit spikes. That's a fun little unique one from Reaper's March as well. Yeah, beautiful little shrine to the mushroom god. Awesome. It was actually 90% done with a different build. Stuck the lights in the window. You made yourself laugh. I love that. Right, let me catch up on chat. Also, if I miss chat, let me know. It's a really active chat. I'd love to see it. Alright, so next up, I think, was going to be Lord Dwen, and then Moonpile, and Ariel. I think I got that order right. Let's check them out. Yeah, beautiful start to the contest. And that is in the beginner category by Disaster and Glitter. So next we have a Hunding's Palatial Hall titled Imgakin's Cove. Ooh, we got monkeys. I love how, for whatever reason, monkeys are sometimes called Imgakin, but like it seems like they've defaulted back to monkeys. Seems like there might have been a back and forth on the canon name for monkeys. Also, welcome in, Tim Culture. And if you had chatted previously, sorry about that, didn't see ya. But yeah, welcome in. Alright. After over 10 years of adventuring, Imgakin the monkey has retired to his private cove built of a multitude of home goods furnishings purchased from vendors across Tamriel. Take your time and look at everything. Awesome. Ooh, cookies. I want cookies. Mrs. Tarask actually just made some cookies. Alright, love the singing wall cobbled into the Murkmire calendar as we come in. That's a fun little portal entrance. Made entirely of collectibles. And we have the treasure hoard right up front. And a nice little cave built out of these mossy boulders. Got some vines hanging down. Love the grate. Like, it's really just giving Thieves' Refuge vibes right off the bat. Really cool. Beautiful little grate. We are underground. Ooh, Drinwith. I have not seen a lot of Drinwiths. She's cool. I like her bow. This is a very fancy bow. Also, very fancy eye patch. Do we even have that eye patch as a cosmetic? I can't recall. We got lots of busts, lots of little mementos from Imgakin's adventures. Lovely little cave. Ooh, it's even more vaulted. I like how the treasure hoard was up front, but there's still even more forbidden things towards the back. Let's see what awaits us through the Zenithar Aditum Gate. You always gotta be careful with this thing to make sure you leave it how you found it. It's got like a delay on when you can actually close it. Love all the colors here. Such vibrant. Got the purple gorse, got the sunbirds, the yellow gorse. Oh, thank you so much, Revy. And yeah, congrats, Moonpile. That was. Oh, I still haven't toured it. I really need to go tour it on stream too. Your what was it? Hackfields. That's right. I kept thinking Hundings, and I'm like, Hundings is not right, but it's a different H apostrophe thing. There we go. House gone. Yeah, I love how many people like take this route and hide the whole of Hundings with a big old wall of boulders. You have a fun new Huntings too? Nice. I really want to revamp mine because EHT seems to have broken all my effects, and the thing I did in Huntings like forever ago was like an escape room puzzle that I have no interest in rebuilding. So I'm gonna take it in a different direction. If you've seen my Asa Accentium with the partying skeletons, I'm thinking like a whole crew of pirate skeletons just having fun on the beach. Their job will be beach. But I might have like a hidden treasure cave using that new Ossian cage door. Of all the ferns. That's cute. Just taking that tree and wrapping it around the little the boulder that comes with the house. Like the Ascendant Lord up on that plateau. That plateau always looks like it demands a statue like that, doesn't it? Like, either a statue or a lighthouse or something. It's just such a weird little flat, like almost like a cairn of stones out there. Ooh, cool little custom structure with a nice reflective roof. Keep the heat out. That Fargrave curtain with our favorite little lantern. Oh, you know what? Had I been an entrance and not a judge in this contest, I just remembered those Fargrave canopies make excellent slides. So you could totally do a slide as a home goods thing. I mean, you could also use the stick fences. I think that would be a little more meta, but you could definitely get a lot more slide per slot out of the Fargrave canopies. Ooh, this is a cool tree. What is this? The sea grapes? Solitary mangrove. That's a very appropriate tree to have just in this little water feature. Ooh, I like the Apocrypha coral down there too. Really, really cool. That's a fun little hideout. Got those new shells. Oh, we have the chunky crocodile. I love this thing so much. Look at him wiggle. He's just got such a weird little wiggle walk. I just adore this thing. He's so cute. I really want to boop his snoot. We have a new BSO question. Are skill styles account wide? Yeah, they are account wide. Thanks, Moopile. Alright, let's check out this structure. Also love just the rough planks building the walls of this thing, and using the barnacle posts is a really nice touch to give it a little more structure than just making a box out of planks. And doubling up on the planks is a nice move too. As you can see, like, there are no gaps between these because Lord Duen has actually doubled up on them to hide all those gaps. So it's a little slot intensive, but I can't think of a better way to make like a really thick wooden wall in that number of slots. So that's a really nice little move there. And you got Gilladil right at home. Ooh, love all these. Honestly, I might have forgotten that these like all these platforms are part of Home Goods. It just kind of slipped my mind that we have access to these. So these are a fantastic way to get a lot of structure. And you can even like build like a facade house out of these. You got the rag picker, picking up the armory. Got the common cargo. I think it's funny, because some of the cargo is rough, and then some of the other ones are common, so we're only going to see about half of our crate choices available. Common baskets, common barrels. I love Ferrari pathing around. She's just got such a unique little sneaking path as she goes and does her sneaky business. And got a little statuette in a crate over there. Yes, Zim. That was in, I think, 2 crate seasons ago. There was a teeny tiny crocodile for 16 gems, and that was like an insta-buy for me. Hey Fiendish, welcome in, how you doing? Oh, I love this monkey's animation when you stick like a drink or a soup in front of him, and he just kind of like nibbles at it and then sticks his face in it. It's like I don't love monkeys in general, but I do like the animations that Zos has given this thing. You hate the monkey? Do you hate it because you're jealous, or do you just hate the design of it? Because I could see that being one of two things. We got new Zimmy. Oh, this is a cool little cobbled hearth. I like this. Those the square blocks. Quarry stone, small, nice. These are really nice little bricky blocks. Very cool. Got lots of common dishware, common pans, common bucket. Yeah, I think opening it up to common was the way to go for clutter. Because there are so few, like, non-boulders, non-trees. But the common stuff is easy enough to obtain, just crafting with, like, really, really cheap recipes. The crocodile's an instant buy for... Yeah, Cornelicious, I love that name. Cornelicious definition. Love the mundane animal pet, right? And that adorable toothy face, right? There are so many animal models that they have not yet given us pets for. Like those giant armadillos in Southern Elsewhere. I really wish we could have like a reasonably sized armadillo or a mount just of the giant armadillo. Whenever people bring up new mount designs, my mind always goes to that giant armadillo, and I want one so bad. Still salty that as a beta player, instead of a cool reward like a dragon pet, they gave us a monkey named Raisins. Seems to pick his butt and smell his fingers. Yeah, it's a slap in the face. Saying we were nothing but trained monkeys. Honestly, yeah. Because, yeah, we even say beta monkey without even thinking about it. Like, this is just the beta monkey. I did not look at Arahovas yet. Yeah, Arahova popped in, and I gave them the option, and they declined. So, yep, we'll just get to it when we get to it. Need a sloth with a magic hat as a mount? Yes. Glad we got a sloth pet, at least. Or a megalodon. Yeah, that would be amazing. Is that the armadillo? There's so many animals you want as pets, just staring at them in the game and asking what. The sheep rams, right? I want a llama. I have a very specific need right now for 2 llamas for an in-room. Closest I have is Indrix, and it doesn't quite work, but yes, cows! As soon as we get a cow, I'm doing a Monty Python build, and setting that cow on a catapult path. The big friendly spiky and yeah, those guys. They're so freaking cute. Yep, llamas for sure. I mean, we have that brecca thing. I don't even know what a brecca is. Speaking of bric-a-brac, though, there is some bric-a-brac. I totally forgot there were half barrels. Oh, wheelbarrows! I totally forgot there was a wheelbarrow that is half a barrel. And what a fantastic little shelf that makes. Common book rest, very nice. And making I love this hutch. I love a good hutch cobble in general, but this is a hutch unlike any hutch I have ever seen before, and I am here for it. Very, very nicely done, Lord Dwen. You got the variety of plate sizes, you got the little bread basket, got a lantern being used as both like possibly like a tool of some kind, and also just giving some nice underlighting to the plates. Yes, Zim. Yeah, if you're on my Discord, I've actually posted my work in progress pic on there. I still need to craft a hat for Paul, but I crafted Carl, or I got an achievement furnishing for Carl's hat, and I cobbled my corpse. So it just needs some blood. Just need a window frame for the window, maybe a door. Lots of blood splatters though. Those are going to be and hands. Definitely need more hands. Finally gave us the small spiky lizard we see as a critter in desert play. Yeah, that guy. He's so freaking cute. It's like there are just so many models and like random critters and stuff. Like just real quick, turn them all into assets. They're just leaving money on the table, letting them go for so long, like years after they were designed. But I guess the drip feed and the FOMO really works for their monetization schemes. Got the How to Scribe book, you got the other book. Nice use of collectibles here. Got the Tales of Tribute. This really is just an adorable little two-way hearth. Really. Oh, there's Lord Dwen. Ooh, let me check out this outfit. Alright, so this is something Are you Chandra Nalar? Hold up. Jade Snow, nice. Okay, so fun fact, I was planning on buying that hair just so I could do a Chandra Nalar cosplay from Magic the Gathering. So I saw the goggles with the hair, and I'm like, wait a sec. I love the colors on those pants. They're very vibrant. Really, really cool fit. Got the Thoat sword, nice choice. All the choice of like mounted stuff is really nicely done here. You give half your animal collection back if you could buy a furnishing pack of farm crops, like new ones, like new assets, or just like existing crops. It would be cool if we. That's your baseball. Oh, I see it now. Okay, yes, that's the bat. That is what the Battlegrounds runner bat. Okay, I definitely see the baseball pants now. That is great. I love that. Really, really cool. Alright, let's check out the rest of this beautiful dock situation. Oh, there's Captain Colleen. Okay, Lord Dwen, I have a question. How long did it take you to get all the fragments for Colleen? Because I swear, I spent at least, like, I want to say 30 hours playing Tales of Tribute to get 10 of those stupid fragments. It was ridiculous. And, like, I feel like I got the first 8 very quickly, and then something changed with the RNG, and my last 2 just took hours upon hours. But finally got her. I can be done with Tales of Tribute unless I want the emote, and I don't think I need the emote. Finally found in-game models for all the crops you want. All they need to do is turn them into furnishings, throw them into a box, and chart. You know what would be cool? A farm plot with a toggle state. So you could have, like, just bare patches of dirt, and then toggle it to seedlings, and then toggle that to, like, fully grown plants. Hey, welcome in, how you doing? I love those emotes. Those are some adorable emotes. Yep, so for anyone just joining us, I am currently touring and judging home goods only builds for ESO. So for anyone not familiar with what a home good is, there are vendors, like specific NPC vendors that sell very basic items usually for very cheap. Most of them are like rough planks or like little scraps of metal or like a lot of boulders and trees. It's mostly like plants and trees, but there's some other like interesting little rough hewn bits too. So like all the contests are limited to a very like all the entries in this contest are limited to a very very tiny swath of the available toolkit that we normally have for housing, and people get so inventive with that restriction. So now I'm following the builder of this house over to the big dock setup that has been built. Also, fun fact for anyone who doesn't know, there is normally a house all the way over there, like a giant, like kind of Middle Eastern style mansion, and I just think it's so funny how many people in this housing plot just want to hide it completely behind a whole bunch of boulders and just use this fantastic beach all the way in the back. But you can't choose where you spawn into an instance, so you gotta railroad people all the way back down to the beach. Okay, I love those Apocrypha spore trees as like pseudo corals down there. That is so clever to imply some coral without actually having the full gamut of and the mushrooms over there too. Without having the full gamut of what corals we normally have. That is such a fun choice. Like those Apocrypha spore trees over there, and the Necrom mushrooms as like the kind of like spongy corals. Really cool. You got it over the course of a week or so? Oh man, Lord Dwen. So, yeah, maybe my luck was just really bad, or maybe they did change the RNG at some point. We could just finish some Monster Train 2, now back to War Thunder. Nice! Oh, that is fun. Might be something you actually spend IRL on. Yeah, I love building your own crops. That is awesome. Yeah, I've made a few farms, like a few farm setups in my Autumn's Gate, but now I'm kind of like in between farms over there, so I might have to get back to that at some point. Also love the Fargrave pennants for guardrails and how the curve of them matches the reclaimed wood bridges, like the curve of that so exactly. Little implied guard barracks over here too. That's really cute. All right, we have ads coming up in a little bit. So, what is that a signpost holder? What is, yeah, the common post sign holder. That makes such a wonderful door handle. For anyone who doesn't know, this guy, just a thing to hold signs. You can use this in so many different ways for different cobbles. So yeah, it's sticking it sideways and just putting it as a door handle. And then this is just a bar island stall. for the doors. Oh, I chugged a potion. I hope it wasn't expensive. Got the nice Fargrave canopy. Got those defense spikes. Alright, before we go into ads, is there anything else you wanted to call attention to, Lord Dwen? Just want to make sure I see every little bit of this. Of all the boulders you've used to build up that wall. I don't think you're taking this contest lightly, but you did this build in under 3 hours? What the hell? I don't even, do an in-room in 3 hours most of the time. I sit on an idea, and I just kind of hem and haw, and I just play with stuff, and before I know it, 4 hours have gone by, and I've done, nothing. And accidentally drinking potions is something you're very familiar with, right? Yeah, at least it wasn't a tripod this time. Yep. Oh, no, it was. Yep, I just drank about 2,000 gold right there. Oopsie. Yeah, I really should change to a less expensive potion when I'm doing doors. There we go, there's a trash pot. I really like how you built up this wall with all the boulders. Well, all the coral shelves, too. It's a great way to do it. Especially, curving it in a little bit, so it still looks, structurally sound, but it blocks off so much more of the line of sight that you would otherwise see, the bridge and stuff that's over there. Alright, we're in ads. I will BRB. 1 sec. Alright, and we are back. Thanks for sticking with the ads. Alright. Right? Okay, so yeah, I know I've been sending you a lot of those links, Hayes, and it's entirely because I want to build up just kind of a playlist of fun BRB music. And yeah, Neil Cicerega mashups are going to be heavily involved in that. Alright, so Lord Dwen, amazing build. I love the mix of fossils as you get out there. Lord Dwen, thanks so much for the follow. So yeah, real quick, was there anything else you wanted to call attention to in here? Beautiful. Love all the palm trees too. Ooh, even building up some some trees all the way up on these rocks that are normally some very unfortunate looking rocks. A little tree goes a long way for some of those rough base game textures. Perfect. Very nicely done. Alright, so next we'll go to Moon Piles. Let's check it out. Ooh, Fairwinds. I have definitely not seen... Wow. Committing home goods to a very expensive crown house. That's exciting, honestly. Alright, so this is titled The Kokedama. Riding an elevator high into the jungle canopy. Okay, first of all, what? You over here... They says the orb rose out of the sea all day, or one day, all covered in barnacles. And climb here is friendly, so all manner of things grew on top. It's quite an ecosystem now, and inside's a wee man. I heard it sings. Listen to yourself. You barking mad? Singing sea orbs with ecosystems? Methinks the whole thing's a hoax. But one of them cat people planted it for a laugh. You know, them little ones jumping around cackling. Exactly the kind of thing they do. Cat people. Oh yeah, how's it float in the air then? You know, cat magic. A Moonpile is all about the cat magic.
Listen.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, even if I had read that in time, that probably was my best Cockney-ish accent, to be perfectly honest. I cannot do accents to save my life. Oh man, I apologize for reading that too late, but yeah, that was never gonna happen. But for those who don't know Moonpile does a lot of cat magic. I really appreciate a magical Khajiit build. Alright, so best in third person, zoom is needed, walk, follow from the entrance, go right. Stop near the top of the ladder, look up near the orange bouquets for the... Oh yeah, railroading people to the rigging, especially when they're touring with their UI off, is so frustrating. Especially because people don't know that the Fairwinds has, 5 different points you can interact with to climb up the rigging. It's a fantastic feature. I wish more houses had such dramatic teleports from one part of the house to the other. But at the same time, when you're just trying to guide people there, it can be frustrating as hell. So thank you for the very clear, concise instructions for taking me over there. At the rope, step onto the rope and walk across it. After you've seen the kokedama, the moss balls, don't miss the gift shop. Go back towards the rope, find the orange bouquet. To be and use climb. Okay, I appreciate that you've used pets and bright colors to guide us to this part of your build. Oh, wow. Can I just say, for all the times I've seen this platform, I have never thought of using just this little edge bit as a ladder. Moonpile, that is so creative. This is what I mean. When you restrict what palette people can do with, people can use, they come up with some amazing solutions here. So this is an entire platform, mostly being used for the fact that it has this little perimeter. Yeah, it really makes a great looking ladder. Oh my goodness. Yeah, for anyone who doesn't know what I'm talking about, this is rough reclaimed wood something, right? Platforms, there we go. Yeah, all of these reclaimed wood platforms have this little side bit that I've always just thought, okay, that's kind of neat. Never really thought of the ladder applications if you just clip it down into the floor. That is wild. And it's so supported with the planks and the pillars and everything too. Yeah, that is a great discovery right there. Might have to steal that if I ever find a use for it. Love the wheelbarrows. Suddenly seeing a lot more of these wheelbarrows that I completely forgot existed. Nice bright, colorful flowers. Starts thinking of houses with interactivity and remembers the new cottage on PTS that has the sudden and horrific idea to turn the, to toggle the birds and the animals on and off. That would be crazy. Yeah, correct, Star. I really like some of the new features in the houses that are coming up. The Julianos one, too, how you can turn the Tron lines on and off. I think it would be really cool for a sci-fi build. Elevator you came up on behind... Oh, I love that, too. Yeah, use a common cage and, Oh, that's so clever. So this pulley system is actually normally part of the lifeboat that comes with the house, because that's how you enter the house. So Moonpile has repurposed it as an elevator. I can safely say I've never seen that done in a Fairwinds, and I don't think we have, like, besides the clothesline, I don't think we have a pulley that looks that nice. So what a great solution and, like, an innovative use of the original bit of the house for something completely different. That is crazy. Love that. And the signpost holders, again, just working as a door frame for the elevator car itself. That is beautiful. Okay, so it comes up through the floor. Neat. Wow. Yeah, so for anyone who doesn't know this house, this is normally just a sailing ship in the middle of the ocean, which has its advantages if you want to take advantage of that, but also you can do some really cool things by completely hiding the skybox and making it so it is no longer a sailing ship. Alright, I was told to go right, so let's go right first. Go up the ladder, go through the jungle. Ooh, got a cute little lunar moth up there. Go through the... Oh, right. I need to... After all that, after all my ranting about railroading people, I completely forgot what I was supposed to do. Out of range. Come on. It's like trying to push me forward, but... Yeah, no, I completely get why it needs directions. Especially because, like, when... Like, targeting it isn't good enough for the game. Because it's a weird little ZOS thing where it wants to, like, move you forward. Eh. I'm glad you're here, Moonpile. At the top of the ladder. Okay. Let's see. Zoom in. Stop near the top of the ladder. Look up near the orange bouquets. There we go. Thank you for that. So, now we are in what is normally the crow's nest of the Fairwinds, and instead we find ourselves on this cool little jungle platform, and there's the magic cat in question. There is the drunk little mage herself. That is Serene. She is... Yeah, Moonpile, yeah, I really should have read the instructions, but also, like, I think just blocking people off so they only have that one direction to face would be a boon.
People never pay attention to where they step. You wouldn't believe how often people trip over me when I'm lying in the middle of the room. How do they miss something in such a prominent location? Makes my fur furl, it certainly does.
I love Serene. No regrets about buying her. Oh, that cute little bucket of flowers and the firefly. Adorable. Wow. I also love these rough, these post-reclaim wood. Nice. And this little border for your jungle platform. Again, what an innovative ladder. The only regret about buying her is you haven't put her in a house worthy of her. Yeah, she needs a bar. Ooh, let's... Okay, so this rope is actually also part of the house. I love how it's been incorporated into the build. And you get the... Using the top of the crow's nest thing. Hype! What the hell? Thank you so much for the subs! What the hell just happened? Oh, let me scroll up. Anonymous Gifter, what the frickin' hell? Thank you so much for those gifted subs! Everyone, enjoy your ad-free viewing. Enjoy your upcoming unhinged mashups that I will be using as ad break music in the near future. Yeah. Thank you all. Thank you so freaking much. Wow. Oh, I am without words. Holy crap. Thank you so much. Mrs. T, thank you so much for the streak. We love streaks here. Not just for cheating at parkour. But yeah, I love how this this undeletable part of the crow's nest has been converted into a little flag with the Fargrave curtain. That's a nice touch. New girl! Oh my god, thank you so much for the 100 bits. Thank you so much for the cheer. We have hype. Speaking of hype, I am so hyped for how many features of the ship house have been incorporated into a non-ship setting. This is fantastic. Like, Moonpile has done an exceptional job, as always, just repurposing some things right off the bat. Yeah, using this that normally connects the masts. Also a great job hiding not just the ship, but all the skybox that is normally... Uh-oh. I'm gonna die. Alright, let's get back up there. Yeah, I completely jinxed it. One of us did. Yes, I was given very clear instructions to stay on the rope, and that is what happens when you do not stay on the rope. But yeah, like, really great job hiding all the actual skybox that is actually moving, because it is the only house that is implied to be moving out on the ocean, which can be an amazing illusion, as I said before, but also a really frustrating thing if you want to just make a stationary build. You really have to just hide every bit of line of sight to the horizon, because otherwise you'll see all the mountains and stuff moving. So really nicely done with all the canopy and just all the trees out in the distance to block that off. Love the Fargrave pennants. Alright, let's get across the rope and get into the jungle proper. Ooh. Lovely little custom... What is it? Yeah, block carved stone. Really nice. I thought we have these flat ones now. These are fairly new-ish. For anyone who did not get the memo, because it was very easy to miss, I think these are new at Hughesbane and some of the other ones too. These nice flat guys that are just so versatile. They've got a nice texture, a cool little pattern etched on them, and they are fairly new to Home Goods. Just they randomly added them with one patch. So yeah, makes a fantastic little seat, as we can see here. Makes a great little 4-slot fire pit. Stick some logs right in there. You got a little fire going. And wait a second. Is that a Chaos Ball pet just being used for its particles for the Ember? Yep. Thank you, Cornelicious. Yeah, just added to Hughesbane and allocate. So yeah, basically just all the Redguard areas just had a need for more sandstone blocks. I guess it makes sense. It's a great way to bulk up some of your Fargrave and Redguard cobbles. Also love the use of the Murkmire kilns as these little planters. That is adorable. This is another like fairly interesting piece that you can only find in one tiny DLC zone at the Home Goods, but it's this this derelict kiln. It's got a nice little spout at the top for a planter. You can isolate this for a window. I've seen this used as windows before, this front bit. And it's got like I like how it's got like, what, clay peeling off of the bricks. It's just a really interesting one. Yeah, barnacles! Oh, Moonpile, that would be great for giant Is that what that's implied to be? That is cool. Yeah, Zarethvar enjoying the view. Some cozy little stools. You got an active fire hazard. One wrong gust of wind, and your whole jungle platform, and possibly the whole forest, goes up in flames. That is nerve-wracking. Love it. Oh, those staples are just part of the platform, right? Yep. Hype chest? What the hell is a hype chest? I don't know how Twitch works. Thank you all so much for your support. Holy crap. Thank you so much for that hype train. I am just shooketh. I am Shooky Stackhouse. Share the frog ponder emote. What the frick is going... I love that frog so much. I'm gonna have to show that to Tack. Oh, okay, here's the gift shop. Save that one for last? Okay, the door. Oh, yeah, that is the aforementioned gift shop. Perfect. We have lots of cats, lots of magical cats. We got Ember and Azabi, again, just watching the sunrise. Love it. Oh, that's a cute bench. Again, we saw the same kitchen block thing that was used previously as a door, we're now seeing as part of a bench. And then, so yeah, the island stall is the main part of it. And then, oh, book rests for the little plank seats. That is so clever. And then the signposts for this fancy little bench back. You got the barrels used as planters. Got the big old dawnwood trees, just taking up lots of space. Working really nicely with the crow's nest canopy here. Wow, fantastic job just greening all this up. We can climb even further. Oh, there's the Kokedama. That is a wonderful floating moss ball made of a sphere of hedges with the aforementioned barnacles, the kilns used as barnacles. That is wild, Moonpile. I am so in awe. Oh, you got another like big floaty one out there. That is cool. Holy crap. And there's another one over there. Lovely, mysterious. What a creative concept, too. Like, I never would have thought floating moss balls before. Because you see those as, like, souvenirs you can buy places, right? You just grow a little ball of moss in water and it forms, like, a perfect sphere. They're so cool to look at. And I never thought of, like, flying little, essentially terrariums. Like, inside-out terrariums. With all the different ferns and flowers. And little mushrooms and barnacles, and get... Oh, yeah, the slot cat. Oh, no! Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of that. But I'm glad I have gotten the knack for going back up the curtains. Or back up the... Where's my UI? Back up the crow's nest now. You're so gold broke that you're having to debate a 500 gold home goods. Oof. Yeah, get to doing writs. Do more writs. Liquidate. Never compromise. Just liquidate your entire life savings. You don't wanna? Fair enough. Right, let us admire these Kokedamas. Well, I hear the singing wall coming from that. Love that bismuth core in there, too. It's kind of funny that these bismuth crystal things are technically home goods, but they are, I believe, the most expensive thing we've ever gotten in a home goods furniture by a factor of like 10. They're like, what, 70 and 80,000 each? Like, they're worth it. They're definitely worth it. It's just weird that they put them in home goods. They're so cool. Yeah, I would imagine those hurt. Also, I think this is the first time they've ever labeled things as one, like, identical name 1 and 2. Like, I can't think of another instance where they didn't just give it a different adjective. Because, I mean, they're fairly different. Normally, Zasa would be like, okay, Solstice Bismuth. Large deposit, and then call this the gigantic one. But here, they're both gigantic, and they're called 1 and 2. It's very strange. Really like the Fargrave penance, just kind of keeping this moored. Any real sleepies you're going to go to bed? Yes, I will definitely save your house for a different day. Sorry about that. The Dawnwood trees are also so damn expensive. Housing is expensive enough as it is. Don't make home goods costly. Yeah, right? Like, really, I thought they would have been achievement furnishings, if anything. I love the use of the shells. Oof. Oh, I'm so... Yeah, I completely forgot time zones. I love this, too. This, Oh, these are all the reclaimed wood posts. Just this fence is made of individual reclaimed wood posts. Yeah, there's a lot of, crying in slot budget to be done here. Yeah, thanks so much for coming out. Appreciate you. Yeah, I will Okay, tentatively, maybe tomorrow I will be streaming because Thursday I have some dental work and I don't know how I'm going to be feeling after that. So it might be prudent to stream tomorrow night instead of Thursday. But I will let people know plans as soon as I know my own plans. Also, it wouldn't hurt to get an extra day in this contest anyway. because we got 60 entries to go through, and I am moseying. I love to mosey. Love the barnacles and the shells out there. Oh yeah, what I was saying before I fell to my death. I just have not even like considered this as a concept. Just giant flying balls of moss. Especially not one that you can go inside too, and it's singing to us. And there's the auger. Yeah, definitely some cat magic at work. Yeah, thank you, Anonymous, for that gift sub. What the hell? Really, really appreciate all that. Alandar, welcome in. How you doing? Yeah, there's that frog again. Be a shout out here. There we go. Follow Valandar. Really need to get Revy. Really? You don't have the singing wall? Yeah, go do that. Elsewhere is fun. Elsewhere is a great time. Like, there are some zones where I'm like, yeah, just slog it out. Slog out High Isle and Galen, get your Fire Song Spring. But Elsewhere, I can honestly say, really fun zone. And hunting down all the little pieces just so you can see all the points of interest. That's actually something I miss about the newer zones. They stopped doing the museum piece quests. Right, Rose? Like, this is like such a fantastic use of this bismuth. Just building a whole geode out of a moss ball, and then just ensconcing the particle effects from the singing wall. Also, it's really impressive how you hid that whole wall in the carefully placed crystals and the dirt piles. Oh yeah, Revi, there's actually an add-on. If you have the map pins add-on, it should mark all the fragments on your map, and as long as your riding speed is maxed, it should take no more than an hour to get all the pieces. Right, Fiendish? Like, that seems like how they should have done the Bard's College quests. Like, every instrument you get becomes an achievement furnishing. That would have been so cool. They made so many instrument assets, and we have basically none of them as furnishings. Really, really freaking cool, Moonpile. Alright, let's go check out the gift shop. Now that we have fully immersed in the tourist trap, and I say trap only because I've died twice so far. Just did that quest the other day. It must have driven people nuts when it came. Oh, like to actually hunt down all the museum pieces? Yeah. But it gives you an excuse to explore the zone, which I kind of appreciate. So yeah, here we have the very cleverly hidden crow's nest with the trapdoor integrated into the rough plank. There we go. And the fact that they didn't make them furnishings, it's ridiculous. Ooh, pretty. Didn't play during that chapter? Yeah. Yeah, I always have to remember my privilege and the fact that I've been playing this since 2018, because if you're just starting recently, it's just a lot to go back and do. Like, I never want to sound judgmental when I'm like, oh yeah, just go back and get the achievement furnishing that's been out since, 2019. No, when I say that, I'm just like, yeah, it's a really, really fun zone, and just go enjoy the zone. Right, okay, so I have my beta monkey. I played during the beta, and then it just never really grabbed me, so I was just like, okay. But then Morrowind came out, and I'm just such a Morrowind fanboy, and then right after that, Housing came out, and I'm just like, okay, now I live here. This is my life now. Oh, I love those new willow trees. I love the little dragon thorn in the dwarven loaf pan. Those loaf pans can be so versatile too. Oh, I love this this Southern Elsewhere museum piece just as a bench back. This is that Khajiit of the Moons thing that also makes a great bulletin board. This guy, you can isolate so many individual pieces of this to suit your needs. It's kind of a shame you can only ever have one per build. Can DIY and take home your own little coquette. Aw, that's so cute. I love this. You're, like, adopting them. And they're kind of... Is this implied to be, like, some kind of, like, ice or, like, preserving thing? Also, what is this? Oh, pebble borders! That is so cute. Like, it all read as one piece. I didn't even think about the existence of the pebble borders to do that. That is so cute. Like Cabbage Patch Kids, I love it. Yeah, I think they've got the same hair, right? Morrowind was one of the top 5 video game stories of all time. Yeah. Tech limitations of the time are the reason the wildlife is so alien. Right, yeah, it's just such a departure from what's considered, like, standard Western RPG. And even within Elder Scrolls, like, it hasn't been done since. Like, they try sometimes. They try and make new monsters, but it's not the same as, like, the Gwar and the Netch, just all those iconic monsters. Actually figuring out how to make these was the trickiest. Oh yeah, like having mossy boulders that actually look round. I can imagine. Because yeah, we have lots of mossy stones and none of them are sphere shaped. And the fact that apparently the mossiest only comes as a cluster presents its own little challenge. I am also just in awe of how you made those into spheres and then hid all the the excess boulders. That is really cool. Also, like isolating individual bits of some of these large shrubs and gorses just to fit it all into one basket. That is something that I feel like more people need to like take note of because it could not have been easy to isolate all those little tiny bits of the. How big is that goldenrod? Yeah, like, this is a whole full-on bush, and Moonpile is isolated like just this like little tilty stalk of it. Really, really cool. There's the furnishing vault up there. Oh yeah, I can only imagine. Yeah, with tab targeting. I mean, imagine it pre-tab target. You'd just be screwed, right? At least we got that eventually. I remember like the Dark Ages before we even had an undo button or retrieval mode. Got the big old furnishing vault up there. I'm glad we're not on a moving ship because otherwise that would be terrifying to just have that sitting up there. Love these new willows too. I'm glad they're home goods and not crowns. Oh, and here we are, back to start. I love that. You've kind of taken the Skyrim design philosophy of like hiding the exit part of it behind some vines, and so once you're through your little railroad tour of the build itself, you just pop right back to the entrance. I love when people do that. Also, the implied ladder over this way is great too. Yeah, ick for the precision of it, completely agree. Oh, I love how the moth is like going for that lantern hard. That is so cool. I am just so in shock that this is Fairwinds, of all things. But there's no other house where it could be accomplished like that. Because the Crow's Nest feature is such a unique thing to the Fairwinds. They really like need to start spreading out some of these cool ideas and giving them to other houses, because there's just so many times where like I want to use one unique feature of a house, but I can only ever do it in that one house. So if I get another idea, I'm just screwed. Unless I'm like Salvis, who just buys more accounts. But then all my achievements, all the antiquities and achievements. Sunday day, Bank of Azabi, a jam-packed in-room with a cat tree, desklet, litter box, vault, and scatter. Yes. I love when people give litter boxes to their Alfiq friends. Been mentally messed up about Fairwinds ever since Futerko did her video. Nice. Oh yeah, that what was that? It wasn't the Skull Island one, right? Because that was Fogbreak, I want to say. But I know Futerko did something similar where it was like a stationary build where she had to hide all the evidence that it wasn't a moving ship. This worked. You felt kind of bad for messing up the ship so bad. Honestly, I completely get it though. I saw this one airship one time where it was the same kind of thing. Like they just built a lower decks kind of thing. The Elephant God, yes. Oh wow. I don't know if I've been there in person yet. I definitely saw the video, but I still need to pop over and see the actual build. But yeah, I forget who did this airship, but like you start out in like the underbelly of it, and you go up, you climb the Crow's Nest, and you're just up in the air in like a full airship thing. And that was, I think, why I bought Fairwinds to begin with. And then I just did a very mundane-ish One Piece build instead, because I love One Piece so much. And if I was ever going to do 1,000 Sunny, it would have to be in the Fairwinds. And Island on it was like, brain broke, can't just do a boring ship deco now. Yeah, I feel like despite the fact that I gave my deck a lawn, it is still a very standard issue ship. Yeah, this is so freaking cute. Alright, so next, are we... Does anyone else on NA have a build? Because I think Ariel's on EU, right? Let me just double check that. Revy, right, Revy. Thank you, Revy. Cool. Here we go, Revy, Cold Harbor. It is Cold Harbor, right? Your Wizard Tower. We're doing the contest. We're doing the home goods contest. Sorry about that. Should have mentioned. But maybe if I have time at the beginning of a different stream, we can pop in there real quick. Remember when they showed Fairwinds, you were so mad we finally got a ship house, and it's this massive Daggerfall one instead of the commonly seen ships that had a more handleable side. Oh, perfect. You're on NA too? Perfect. So NA, we shall stay. Now I got a cute little squirrel, either guiding us to our death or to the exit. Yeah, Cordelicious, I kind of agree. At least there's Colossal Aldmeri Grotto for a more reasonably sized ship, but imagine if we just got that ship as its own furnishing. Like, the one in Aldmeri Grotto specifically, I think would be so freaking cool just to have that as an asset that you could plop anywhere. Oh, that is the Beacon of Oblivion. Where is it? Yep. Beacon of Oblivion, the Infinite Archive sets give little particle effects to... when you have either a 5-piece of the actual set or you have a 5-piece of the style pages, which I really like the buffs that this set gives, but when I talk to NPCs, sometimes the little particle glow goes right in front of my face, which is really frustrating when I'm trying to quest. It only happens semi-rarely, but enough to be kind of frustrating, but I really like the flat damage that this gives. And honestly, when I'm touring houses, I kind of enjoy it. I enjoy the particles. So right now we are in Revilia's Cold Harbor Surreal Estate, which has been turned into a maze of a cave. We got all the volcanic boulders, volcanic plugs. Got those nice dark elf garden lanterns from Deshawn. Just a wonderful little 250 gold pillar and lantern. Got some trophy heads beckoning us. Love the grass just made with all the hedges. But yeah, Cordelicious, I completely agree. Also, I wish it weren't so heavily Daggerfall branded. Or imagine if we had a toggle for that. Like, instead of the big feature being that you could port to different islands, imagine if you could actually change the color of the sails and the figurehead between like Aldmeri and Pact and Dominion. It's frustrating if you want to use an IA set but don't want the effect, right? Yeah, like the Nightblade set, the siphoning one, because that one's really cool. You don't want to be a hazard light? Yeah, I really wish there were a way to just turn it off somehow. Like, have it be I don't know, they could make a new collectible category, right? Like, how we have costumes, we have polymorphs. Just have a separate, like, particle effect category that we can toggle things on and off. With all the variety of plants and mushrooms, garden lanterns. Let's check out over here. I see a little willow. I see a chokethorn. I'm gonna get so lost, and I will probably miss things, and I will try to be more thorough when I actually go to judge this thing, because, you know, it's a maze. Things are gonna get missed. Get the little how to scribe book. Oh, a little trap pit here. A little junk heap. Going spelunking, right? Yep, I think I found the oubliettes. Like how this is walled off, too. Yeah, so I think there are permanent, like, dead ends in this where you have to actually F5 to make your way back, and I'm pretty sure I found one of them. Love all the little metallic bits that have been set in among the junk heaps. Honestly surprised I haven't seen more junk heaps yet. Oh, snake. It's a snake. It's a badger. Uh-oh. Is that a way through? Close that. Snick. Alright, this seems more in line with where I should be going, but maybe not. I love the succulent, the little Apocrypha succulents. Nothing back there, I don't think. Let's check out this little side passage. Hello, Jeff. Oh, poor Jeff, just kind of wedged in between the boulders. Might want to read this. Fair enough, Revy. Up isn't always progress, down isn't always doom. Sometimes you're just lost. Yelling at a wall and starting over is the only way out. Treasure hoard will mark the end. Blame Trask. What the hell? What did I do? What the hell did I do? Is it because I've been, like, talking out loud every time I tour this thing? And, like, giving you considerations for the next time I tour the thing? Nook over here. Some of this is looking slightly familiar. We've got a little lantern over here. Got some cute little garden lanterns, happy little mushrooms, and now we're under the stairs. Toward this place that has death traps? Yeah. It was too easy the first time through, and I was always waiting for it to fall. Oh. Ah. Yeah, I mean, if you're building in Cold Harbor, you've got just such a lovely, like, 1,000-foot drop that you might as well take advantage of, right? What's up, Lord Warden? Now it falls through. I'm trying to, like, take note of all the trophy heads as I make my way through. Good little landmarks there. You get 110 of them, you might as well use them. Well, 109 since the treasure pile is apparently part of this. And there's the other side of the oubliette. It's interesting they never fixed the underside of the Dark Elf Garden Lantern. It's a missing texture you can kind of take advantage of in some cases. There's a little fossil. Can I poke my way through? Nope. I'm definitely going to miss a turn, and that turn is going to be essential to this whole maze. I see Mr. Lord Warden. I see mushrooms. I see Lord Warden again. Not where I was expecting him to be. Alright, I recognize those mushrooms. Yep, thanks for the alert. We can get some noms. Where are we going? Where are we going? I might have to F5. But I don't fully know if I need to F5 or not. That's always the thing. In this maze, I'm never quite sure if you suggest. Am I already screwed? Did I, like, seriously? That is mean. That is really mean that you would, like, open up this much of it to just be screwed in. Wait, no, this seems like you can go up the stairs. Okay. Yeah, found my way back. That is a lot of dead end. Yes, it was Kashek. He just poked his head in and meowed, and ooh, this is new. Lots of fun little vibrant Westfield shrubbery. Oh, this thing. I forgot about this thing. What is it? Elsewhere rack poles. I completely forgot. Those were home goods. Little wagon wheels. Yeah, I love when he does that. I feel sad because I have an in-room with the original Welcome to Night Vale. Nice rack. Love it. Whistles gently. Oh yeah, this seems like a deadly thing coming up. But yeah, I have an in-room that is kind of a tribute to the actual namesake of Kashek from Welcome to Night Vale, but I'm thinking of changing it up ever so slightly and turning it into a fart joke instead. Alright, do I actually have to just shimmy on off? Notice that all the Elsewhere Zone music seems to have... What? Moonpile, seriously? Little quiet cat meows. I don't know. Have you been dipping into the moon sugar? Yeah, I think there might be more moon sugar in your moon sugar meadow than came with it. No, actually, I don't know. I haven't been there in a while. I'm stuck. Yeah, I might be thoroughly stuck. This looks so encouraging too. Like, this seems like it should be a thing that leads to somewhere, but it's not. So I'm just kind of... I don't know if I like having the blame trass in there. Like, because I don't know what part people are gonna assume I'm being blamed for. Insert title of build, what, the F5H? Yeah. Alright, so there's that. That was a whole ass dead end. Ooh, there's a little part I can shimmy through here. There's some candles. Ooh, I see cherry trees. Alright, this is new as well. I like the seasonal motifs. And it makes me wish that, like, instead of the random branching paths, like, you kind of led through a progression through the seasons. I think that would be kind of neat. But it's cool like this too, just all the different kinds of trees that we have available. Alright, that looks like a jump. So that is a jump that people are going to be trapped into, so I'm just going to avoid all of that nonsense. I don't trust my abilities to jump. The end, actually. Oh, was the cherry tree the... I thought the treasure pile was the end. See the little shrubberies there. Is this dropping me into the void? Where does this go? Is it a trap? Oh, I don't remember Marcelock before. This is new. See little coral shelves. The end is what I get full. Oh, okay. Assuming people ever actually get to the end. Well, this is new. Perfect. Yep. Hey, tremor scale, you're new. Please don't be another gigantic open dead end. Okay, we see lanterns, we see grates. I love the spiders coming out of the logs, that's cute. I'm in the right zone to keep going from. Alright. Oh, is this new? Or is this... Okay, I remember Shadowrend. Can't go through Marcelock. Oh, that's new. I do appreciate you, like, keep consistently unique themes in all the little sections, just to encourage people. Shouldn't have to F5 again. Perfect. Unless I fall through a hole and die, right? That could be a thing. Ooh, going through the nice new solstice flowers. Ooh, love the bismuth. How about you could just, like, use the individual flat bits of the bismuth? Oh, that's cool. Ooh, we got... Oh, it's like a little dimensional clusterfuck. I love what you did with the paintings and the little nooks of the bismuth. That is wild. I also love Coral Bear. Just for the sparklies. Very cool. We got a big old pile of loot. Got your coffers. I'm assuming there's the death trap. Whee! Nice. Treasure hoard will mark the end, but I think death is the real end there. Nice. That was fun, Revy. Ripperoni. Alright, so I think the only one left is Ariel, right? How do we spell it? Managed to see almost all the nooks and crannies? Nice. Ariel, what oh right, it was that other one that I've already forgotten. I apologize. That other account name. Maybe if I just look through it real quick, it'll come back to me. Let's see. Dakota Noel, thank you. Yeah, I should have pulled up Notepad to get there right away, or to keep it on hand. Dakota Noel Snugpod, nice. Cran Bale Tree Home, a cozy little home above a colorful garden. Spring is in the air, but spring is in the air. The flowers are in bloom. Veritas may not be at home, but you are more than welcome to linger and enjoy the peace. Aw, we love a Snugpod. And off we go. Is Cran Bale like actual Gaelic? I'm sure I'm horribly butchering that, as I do for pretty much anything Gaelic. Ooh. Ooh, it's even snugger. Oh, right. Love the leaf piles as we come in. And the garden lanterns. Oh, that's a cute bench. Just out of the wagon wheels. I love that. Wagon wheels and crate lids. Sounds like at least Lord Wen made it to the end as well. And like, nice. Yeah. Yeah, that it's good to know that other people are getting to the end and dying. All of these orangey hostas. Oh, the lovely pink solstice. For anyone who doesn't know, this is one of those wood elf bulbs. It is normally not a whole ass forest contained in one pod, so I really like what has been done with the place here to imply that it's a forest. And it has really nice ambient sounds to make a forest build in, like, because it's like right in the middle of Grotwood. It's got that unique jungle zone. Yeah, this is the whole house version of one of the kokedamas that we saw. Oh, hold on, Lord Wen. Let me what the? Oh, it flagged one of the periods. There you go. That's what Lord Wen just said there. This is really pretty. Yeah, my bot has a thing about periods, thinking they're bot links. Cute little bun bun. This is very pretty. I adore this rustic little bench made out of wagon wheels. And these cute little shrubberies. We've got so many new, unique clumps of shrubs now. It's hard to keep them all straight. Like, it's really easy to know where, say, a Necrom chair comes from. But when you're looking at, like, flowers and shrubs, there are just so many sources for them. Some of them are crowns only. Some of them are one specific home goods vendor. Like, how do you keep them all straight? It can be such a tangly mess at this point when it comes to knowing where all the trees and all the shrubs come from. I love that cute little prairie dog. Aww. He's got such a unique little fur texture on him. Really cute. We got these lovely desert flowers here. Got some mushrooms growing out of this tree. Really love the implied forest of it all. And for those who are familiar with Snugpod, you know that like there's not actually a lot of horizontal space in here, but there's a ton of vertical space relative to its size. So I really adore when people like build up in a Snugpod. and you could just get so much extra real estate by building up. One of the most stupid things that you made room in your brain for, where every ESO plant comes. Moonpile, I might have to pick your brain for that one, for something. You live by the furniture catalog add-on. I really need to learn how to use that. Like, I got it at the suggestion of many of you, and I just haven't really played with it as much as some of my other add-ons. I really need to get on that. Ooh, I love this this terraced collection of planter boxes here. That is really cool. You've got a mix of the two different Leowin planter boxes and set them at angles. That is cool. You got the nice little hanging lantern there. I was tremendously impressed by how far up you could build in Moonsugar Meadow. Yeah, Moonsugar Meadow has an insane amount of vertical height. I've seen, like, airships just way, way up in the sky in there, and, like, bombers and stuff. It's crazy. Hard to find things now with the vault. Yeah, I still live by Deco Track, honestly. Oh, it's a cute little like upper loft area. This is adorable. Aw. Well, the scavenged metal plates for a custom fireplace. It's so interesting to see how people are making do with not a lot of like actual fireplace furnishings and making their own. Like, there's just so many different ways to do it, and this is really, really clever with the metal stuff, because fireproof, you know, very important for when you live in a wood elf pod. You got the basket, it's got a trophy head flipped upside down for a cutting board. Right? You got this is, what? The Hollowjack. This is the Lord Hollowjack trophy with just a little bit of his head sticking up for like some kind of implied, kind of looks like bread with something fruity inside of it. I don't know. Like, it could be a split open skull, or it could be like some kind of like delicious pastry. So it's always fun to use trophy heads, like just isolate little tiny bits of the trophy heads and see what kinds of models and textures you end up with. Like, even this on the plate is Grothdar. This is a flesh Atronach just used for one tiny bit of its head. Like, that is crazy how in lieu of actual bread, you can just use this flesh Atronach for a little like slice of something pastry and delicious. Like, the blood now looks like cherry. Inventory insight does kind of show Ooh, that's good to know. I don't think I realized. We got some of these common bowls. Got lots of upside down candles. Oh, that's clever. Okay, I want everyone to take note of the fact that these candles are missing their bottom textures. So instead of having cups, these candles are now serving as cups because there's no underside to them. That's adorable. Got the that common pot up there. People are just going absolutely wild with the limited toolkit. Oh, the open crate as like a full-on like cabinetry shelf situation. You got the cargo down there for the counter. Cute little kitty. Danja, welcome in. Yeah, hacks. Complete, total common home goods hacks. We got the common stew. We're going to be seeing a lot of this common bowl of stew. I think it's one of the few like actual meal furnishings that has common in the name. We got the washing. I think the pants and the socks are from the home goods vendor, and then I think the extra like white laundry is the undersides of candles again. Yep, common candle lasting does have an underside. So that's really, really cute for some extra fabric in the laundry bucket. You got the rough laundry hanging between the trees. Very nice. Got a cute little straw bed with the cargo crates as the platform base. And then look at this. We've got a little cabinet made of a crate and a crate lid just on its side. People are just so clever when it comes to home goods. Got all your clothes in there, all your pants and socks. Dancing Khajiit statuette. Statuettes are getting bigger, I think. Is there a bare earth path furnishing? Like, you place it on or near the ground, it looks like a worn path. Check out the new boulders in Solstice. There are a few like dirt piles that are light enough to work. Like, you could use the rubble piles from Northern Elsewhere, but if you want like just a giant one in one slot, there's a new boulder in Solstice that has a perfectly flat bottom. As for neatly mowed grass, most people use hedges. I can't think of anything better than hedges for like mowed grass specifically. Yeah, the underside of the clockwork junk pile also works. If you like are good with like a really rich, loamy kind of shiny soil, you can use the underside of the clockwork junk pile because the underside doesn't have any junk. All right, we have ads coming up, so this will be our last ads of the night, and then we will keep going for another 20 minutes. Long and narrow path, preferably straight. Yeah, check out the Solstice Home Goods vendor. There is a brand new boulder that I think is perfect for that. Alright, the ads did not fully start yet, so let's wait on that. Hopefully I can see every last little bit of this house. Really, really, really cool. Ariel, fantastic job. This is just adorable. I love the all the gorse up above too. Like, it really feels like this sweet little Bosmer pod all in, like, rustic home goods with the roots going through. Turning it into a baseball diamond. That's cool. Oh, man. I don't think I've ever seen a baseball diamond or a baseball stadium. Yeah, the Solstice Boulders. Absolutely perfect for that. Yep, that is... I can't think of anything that would suit better than those. Alright, we've got ads, BRB. Alright, we are back and I have a cat. We are back. I have a cat. Let us go to another house. Alright. Did anyone else who's in chat right now have a build for the contest? Because otherwise I'm thinking of sticking to a small house. Might take me to the end of stream. Let's see. Gladys Winter has an autumn skate. Autumn Amble. Oh yeah, thanks so much for sharing, Ariel. Very roughly built house for a Bosmer with no building skills but agrees. I love that. Honestly, it's just Bosmer singing houses into existence. That's such a fun lore concept. The fact that they can't technically use plants if they adhere to the Green Pact, but the plants can grow themselves into whatever needs to be done. But imagine culturally it leads to a lot of deficits in their actual crafting ability, and certainly their cooking ability. You have one on the EU side, Cornelia. Perfect. Let's go check it out. Is that the same at name? Chicken of Doom. Oh, right, you're Chicken of Doom. Cool. Okay, yeah, I've definitely seen a bunch of your houses. Awesome. I was like, Cornelicious doesn't sound familiar, but it kind of does. I was really, really wondering if you just went by a different name on ESO itself. Perfect. Blackvine Villa. Abandoned treehouse. Oh, that's a great house for that specific idea. Let's check it out. You're incognito. Nice. And off we go. A camp or watchtower of sorts. Either way, this treehouse in Valenwood is abandoned, with its inhabitants suddenly missing. In the tunnel's window up to the treehouse, some pathed house guests can be spotted near the distant, or spotted in the distant camp. Oh, cool! I love that. Just using the exterior zone and making it a little more lively with NPCs. That is such a fun thing that we can do in housing now. The lovely fallen leaves. I love the texture on this thing too. Got these cool little colorful ferns. Got some spiky things over there. Lots of dawnwood. Wow, the potential of cobbling these dawnwood trees together is like infinite. I love that they're so walkable. Like they're flat and walkable. They have these cool little flowers on them. You just make these giant treehouse structures. And Blackvine Villa has a surprising amount of vertical space. I think we saw Lolarna's on stream one time too, where we just went like up and up into like this whole fairy realm. Rip your coin person Dawnwood trees, right? Yeah, Zos isn't messing around anymore with the prices of home goods trees. Used to be like 20k was the absolute limit. Now that's like a baseline for some of the cooler stuff. Love this little arrow. Is that just a little bit of an armory station? I can't think of anything else it would be. Rough rod. Oh, rough rod fishing, and the common quill is common. Yes, I love that. Oh wow, did not think about the fishing rod. That is wild. Also, completely forgot that the quill was a common. That is really nicely done. Oh, look at the views out here. Oh, man. Malabal Tour is an underrated zone. Like, it's a pain in the butt to actually do surveys in, but hopefully with mount swimming, we'll be able to get to some of those, like, caves and stuff a lot more easily than we used to. I really like how you have Bastion and Glashirog just pathing out in the camp out there. Really, really cool premise for this. And the trees really match the actual zone. Like the trees that you've added, and implying that we can like walk all the way out there, making a little pseudo window out of the gaps in these trees. Just going up even higher. And these rough platforms really do make super slot efficient and aesthetically very nice treehouse platforms. Oh, this is cool, chicken. Look at that. A little underground or an upside down tree too, just for a flat base. Oh, this is the stump. So you've got like the gap for the stump, and you filled it with the sawdust for a little sleeping pile, maybe. You got some wreckage over here because this is an abandoned treehouse. This is so cool. Oh, I love how high up we got too. Lots of firewood preparing for something. A nice view of the haunted alien ruin out there. Yeah, making great use of all the little gaps in the structures. And I'm running out of words tonight. And look at that! You got a whole crane out there with the wagon wheel and the rough posts. That is cool. And again, the rough fishing rod working as a rope this time. That is wild. Just getting all your provisions all the way up from the... Look how high up we are. Holy crap. Yeah, this is not something you see very often in Blackvine Villa, but the zone views out here are incredible. Oh yeah, chicken! Congrats! That's why it sounded familiar. Right. Congrats on your in-room. Holy crap. Oh my goodness. That is awesome. Oh, look at these cute little squirrels. Oh, so great. Oh, so freaking cute. Oh, this is the janky table. We were talking about the janky table last time. I love this thing. This common table with probably one of the more interesting model shapes. Just because it's like, you know, an IKEA table gone wrong. Love the little stools. And using just... Oh no! Oh no, Prior Theric! Is it just the helmet, or is there a dead guy under there? I'm concerned. I'm gonna say it's just the helmet, but we'd recognize Prior Theric anywhere. Love the use of the hay bed just for the little blanket, because we don't have any real blankets that I'm aware of. This whole big leaf pile. I appreciate that they gave the leaf pile sounds. Oh, is that a skull? What is that? Is that Zirhilier? I think it's Zirhilier. Alright, so we got a dead guy there. Can't rationalize that one. Little pauldron. Is that, what, Doma House? What is this thing? Prior Theric. Oh! Yep. The bust version of Prior Theric as opposed to the trophy head. Making great use of some of the trophies that we have that can do armor. That was also really cute, using the this kitchen island once again as doors. This time it's a wardrobe, and these are buckets, right? What are these guys? Yep, common bucket, basic. Also makes a fantastic little door handle. You just use the handle of the bucket. Really, really nice. I feel like there were a lot of visits to UESP for all the entrants of this contest. Just to see what the full gamut of common things would be. All the cargo up here. This is so cool. I honestly really like how some of these rough planks work with the build. Like how they've got the gaps in them. And then this is the bridge, right? Yep, the reclaimed wood bridge as like a slightly sturdier, more tied together chunk of planks. Yeah, just really great views all around. This is a fantastic use of the space. And this is the armory. There we go. The whole armory station just used for the knocked-over training dummy. Just hide that whole thing right in the floor. And someone make a list of things that make good door handles. I swear, every time you do a whole Goldilocks thing, scrolling through hundreds of... this one's too thin, this one's too big. And it only gets worse, right? Like, the more things come out, the more unconvinced all of us will be that we picked the perfect thing for our use case. It was a manageable problem, you know, years ago, and now it's just like, you're never quite sure. There's like this pervasive FOMO of, should I have committed this slot to this, or was there something better? You just never know anymore. Oh, man. Like, I don't yearn for the days when we had such a limited pile. Right? This crane is so... I love how the squirrel runs all the way up to the edge of it and then comes back over to the table to meet up with his buddy. That's adorable. That wasn't too separate. Yeah. Aw. Yeah, I love how they converge and then they go their separate ways. Yep, that's why we tweak. That's why we tour other builds and then find ideas to steal and then immediately run back to our own builds before we forget about the idea we want to steal. But yeah, the wagon wheels, great little piece of that. That hub is part of it, right? Yep, Lewin wheel, splintered axle. So this is a really nice wheel, if it weren't for the fact that it had a splintered axle, but you can hide that pretty easily in other things. But if you're just trying to, like, make a bench or something, probably best to use the elsewhere one. The beauty of this contest, we get to see the many ways you can use this. Right, exactly. It's a fantastic design. I really appreciate Lilarna for putting out Lilarna and Ree and all the other members of Real Endgame. I will admit, though I am, you know, kind of in the, like, not an admin role, but whatever's below an admin, I'm in, like, some kind of judgy role within Real Endgame, but I am ashamed to admit I don't put on most of the contests like they do, but I will be fixing that. At a certain point, I will be running one of the endgame contests, and that's going to be entertainment venues. I think that's coming up in September, so I'm very much looking forward to actually running one of these contests myself. Not a list, but you got a wall of door handles. Oh, that's so you just had a house committed to like being your own 3D catalog. I love that idea, Ariel. That is great. So yeah, big props to Lilarna and I think Kitsune and Ree for putting this one on. Really freaking cool. It's so inspiring. But yeah, look, there are so many different ways you can use the armory station, and this is by far one of my favorites. Just isolate that target dummy however you can. Because you can even sneak the boots into builds. If you are really sneaky about where you put this thing in a corner, you can just get the boots, which I think is nice because we don't have like many isolated boots anywhere. Yeah, it would be cool to do like as a public service, like make catalog houses for people, especially with the Lux stuff. Did it twice, Chicken of Doom. I love that. Would you prefer I call you Chicken of Doom, or is Cornelicious what you prefer to go by? Oh, I love this this bunking situation because we don't have real hammocks in Home Goods, but we certainly have tarps. The tarps are like one of the few things that are persistent across all the Home Goods vendors, so it's always important to remember that there are tarps. Any way to see how many people have seen your home besides the guest book? I don't believe so. Yep, I don't. Nothing's coming to mind there. Chicken's what? Okay, I'll call you Chicken. Perfect. So cute. I don't know how much PvP you've done, but I really think you should make characters named So and Sanders and give them the appropriate military ranks. Beautifully done, Chicken. Alright, did I miss anything either inside or in the zone view? You packed a ton in 200 slots. I am honestly shocked at how much was crammed in here. There's so much detail, so much clutter. Just all with Home Goods. All the little, like, frayed... Honestly, abandoned spaces are such a good idea for this contest because, oh, look at the... Okay, I need to call attention to the reclaimed wood bridge that is making the entirety of this roof. Like, I think I looked up once and just assumed it was planks, but no, there's a curve to this thing. And that curve is all with the reclaimed wood bridges. And we've got these giant reclaimed wood platforms upside down, but you'd never know there were like giant posts sticking out because you can't actually... This is the axe on the stump. Alright, and I did see the grinding wheel, I just forgot to call that out. I love this little, we got the Thoat sword too, just buried in the leaves. Okay, I saw the grind wheel with the wheelbarrow, I love that. Also forgot this was a common thing. And then the Thoat sword just barely peeking out of the leaves. A little bust that was maybe part... oh, no, that was a guy shot with an arrow, it looks like. Also some hidden stuff in the leaves near the table. Okay, yeah, the Thoat and the... Yeah, very nice. What stump? I know I saw a stump, but I don't recall where it was. Is that further down? Oh! Wait, no. I do love the NPCs pathing out there. Because you only get 4 in Blackvine Villa. So I think it is a nice compromise between the two NPCs out in the zone view versus it's there on the wall. Okay. Sorry, sometimes there's a chat delay. On the wall. Oh! Oh, nice! Yep, there it is. Oh, that's cute. The Dwarven Broom as the handle, and, actually, what the heck is the blade? Cleaver. Oh, cooking cleaver. Just stuck with the handle the other way. That's really, really cute. Love that. Oh, man. The Dwarven Broom as an axe. I'm honestly shocked I haven't seen more of this Dwarven Broom. Even just as a broom, it's a nice piece. But, like, you can cobble it into helmets in weird ways to give, like, that kind of Roman helmet thing. It's just a really nice home goods piece. You can do so many things with this thing. Right, very well done. But yeah, for only having 200 slots and only having 4 NPC slots, I love how much life and vibrancy has been added to this, just with the squirrels and the people in the camp outside. Also, I don't think I fully realized there was, like, that whole camp out there in the zone view. That was cool. Because, yeah, we're looking at the Bandari trade post. Actually, it's kind of funny. I think we can see Cyrodiilic Jungle House from this other house, which I don't think I really acknowledged before. Like, I like how you can see twin arches from Sword Singers, but yeah, I only just realized you can probably see the Jungle House from Blackvine. Placing that broom around just as a broom, because they're yeah, they're so high res, too. Like, they were on some other kind of art level when it came to Solstice, or not Solstice, Greymoor. When it came to Western Skyrim and Markarth, I have to say, that was one of the better eras for just really detailed furnishings. It's got the whole Markarth tile set in there. I also love this trick with the Cold Harbor boulder, just gonna imply a cave entrance. And adding some vines really elevates that too. Really, really nicely done, Chicken of Doom. Beautiful, beautiful treehouse. Honestly, treehouse is kind of selling it short. Like, this is a full-on, like, tree fort. Yeah, I like how even in your description we weren't quite sure which got a camp or a watchtower of sorts. Oh, that is beautiful. Really catches the light in nice ways, too. It's the sun out there. Alright, that'll do it for me. Thank you all so much for popping in. Thank you for the new subs. Thank you for the new follows. And I am tentatively saying tomorrow I'm going to be streaming and then skipping Thursday. So, looking forward to it. And let us see who's doing what so we can raid. Eggy! Thank you so much for popping in. Let's see. Where we got? We have Skinny Cheeks. We have Miriam playing Balatro. That's fun. Let's see. Let's go say hi to Rip. I haven't seen Rip in a while. Rip's doing trifecta things. Yes, Valandar, I absolutely want to laugh before we go. Yeah, Revy, thanks so much for sharing that maze and for guiding me through and just letting me know I was on the right track. New girl, thank you so much. Yeah, let's have that laugh, and then we will go off to... I'm thinking Rip. I want to keep it ESO. It's been a while since we've said hi to Rip. Just kind of mosey. Yeah, have a great night, Ariel. Yeah, everyone, get some sleep. Sorry about keeping all the EU folks up past their bedtime. You've been sending all your affixes, scripts, etc. to your crafting tomb. You discovered yesterday they don't have scribing, so you ran them through the scribing quest, which turned out to be enough to finish the Golden Pursuits. Nice! That is awesome. Yeah, I think I only have like 3 more left, but they're like pain in the butt ones. Except for healing with scribe skills, I'm just gonna sit in some lava and spam healing. That'll get me there. Alright, yeah, let's go say hi to Rip89. And I will hopefully see you all tomorrow. There we go. Should have vamped earlier. Alright, thank you all so much, as always, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.